Okay. Music. Let's go. Good morning. Bonjour. Ça va? I blame Dan, guys. I blame Dan for being late this morning. Good morning. No. Okay. Sounds good. Ayo, Chance. Tiff, good job on this one, by the way. Criminal. Right to jail. Desmond, good morning. Sandra, good morning. Dan, good morning. Will, good morning. Martinez, good morning. Was it you that signed up for the Gold VIP level, Martinez? If that was you, make sure you schedule something. Raven, good morning. Richie, good morning. Late, good morning. Jay, good morning. Sandri, good morning. Amy, good morning. Scotland, good morning. Winterfell, good morning. Shafman, good morning. Nancy, good morning. Hamilton, good morning. Caitlin, criminal, good morning. Ria, good morning. M, good morning. Bart, good morning. Michael, good morning. Brent, good morning. Floyd, good morning. Good morning, Pam. Tony, good morning. Ali, good morning. A, good morning. Ryan, good morning. Celestian, good morning. Bob. Renel, good morning. Sunny the criminal, good morning. Usman, good morning. Doug, good morning. Yeah, this was good. If you FOMOed into this right away, you did really good. We'll talk about stuff like this in the next class, by the way. Alrighty. Amand, good morning. Shop, good morning. Shortcakes, good morning. Rob, good morning, Robs. I know, I was like, okay, do I have anything that's green to wear? But then, I didn't really have anything that was green. Okay. Sounds good. Okay. I need to mute my Discord, all my notifications. And then, oh, there it is. Of course. WNW did an offering. Are we surprised though? Really shouldn't be surprised. Uh, yeah, Cam, let me know what you were asking for, like a hotkey. Is that what you're asking for? Maybe. Uh, okay, LIDR looks good though, doesn't it? Yeah, nice little pop. Ooh, that's not a nice little pop. That's a big explosion. That is a big explosion. That thing said explosion. Boom skis. Sheesh. These guys had good news last night. So we were watching this last night when the news came out. They had good earnings, and then the stock exploded all the way up there to 250, and then came all the way back down this morning to $1.90, and then it's going back up again. That is a nice pop. So yeah, from $2 back to 230, 235. So almost went back to the highs of the day, which is nice. Virus. Virus. There's a lot of chaos going into the open, isn't there? Again, good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. You can see that we have all these names up already because we like all of them and we've been watching them for some time now. So LIDR we like, LNAI we like, right? So this thing has had a really good, like again, if you go back to last night and you look at the alerts on this thing, there wasn't really any catalyst on this, right? No news, nothing like that. But the alerts came through from the scanner and those were perfect. So sometimes it's not about the news. You're not going to find the news, but you can get the alerts and you're like, hey, what's going on here? There's no news, yet the stock does really well, and it just kind of continued into this morning, right? LNAI. So this looks really good. There's some good support above 50 cents, so let's see if we can stay above that. We are trending down slowly though, but I think that's just because we're heading into the open. So I do like that. JTI has been okay too. Not a crazy push, but it looks okay, right? So we'll keep an eye on this. Obviously, LIDAR we just talked about with those alerts. FlyX is another one. FLYX. This one did good too. Not a whole lot though. It's up 11%, but the chart looks okay. It looks like it's set up for consolidation and maybe a pop. So we'll just keep an eye on that. PSQH was nice, right? BIAF has been nice. So we have a whole bunch of names to look at. And depending on what happens at the open, we will see where the market goes. So again, good morning. Happy Tuesday. Let's make some monies. Most of you made some nice monies already, especially if you played with any of these names, right? So again, importance of community, right? And let's go from there. Cool. As the market's about to open here, what's your favorite stock at the open? Let me know. What's your favorite stonk? What is your favorite stock as we open in 20 seconds? BIF? Sounds good. I think a lot of you guys are going to say LNAI probably. Yeah, PSQH. Yeah. Again, all the same names we're paying attention to. So it really just depends on which of these will actually perform at the open. I do like the way that this one's set up, LNAI. Let's see if it can keep pushing here. So there goes 56, 57 ish, 57 pennies. Yep. Yeah, so like I said, I'm surprised a lot of you guys are not saying this one because again, this one's the one with the better setup. With the better setup. And there goes the nice little pop, right? The problem with these pops is we're right at the open and you usually get the pop and then the sell off again. So just be careful. Alrighty. So but again, this does look good though. This one's still looking a bit weak. JTAI, LIDAR, nice little pop, and then came back down again. Typical candle open at candle at the open. FlyX is doing the exact same thing. Typical, right? BIAF is doing the exact same thing. Typical, right? Like crazy candles at the open. I still like LNAI the most, but I think it's way too early to. Sometimes it is just because everything is popping, but I like this one the most for now. Alrighty. So it looks like we're pushing for 62 cents here now. So nice bounce from the bottom, actually. Right? Look at that. 52 cents back to 62 cents. That's not too bad. The actual high is 63 though. Well, we're at 64 now. So 65. So we're about to go all the way to the highs of the day on this one. And like I said, I'm surprised a lot more of you guys didn't say this one, just because it's been running since last night and it looks nice. Looks very nice. There you go, 66. There it is. Brand new highs of the day, guys. Beautiful, isn't it? Very beautiful. Type yes in the chat if you're holding LNAI. Type yes in the chat if you're holding LNAI. So just be mindful though that we are sitting at the double top now already. So again, top number one, it doesn't look like it's failing at all. It just looks very strong. Look at that thing go. That thing is at 70 cents now. 71, 72. Oh my days. That thing said, resistance. I'd like to reintroduce myself. My name is LNAI. I'd like to reintroduce myself as the GOAT. Congratulations if you're in this one. See, a lot of you guys are holding this one. So I knew a lot of you would be holding that. Alrighty. So again, really good push. I would consider scaling out as we push into the 70s, just because this is really the first run at the open. So I'd consider scaling out a little bit. Alrighty. So and then go from there. Cool. Because we're gonna get a retest of something at some point here. So just keep that in mind. So that looks good. UKAR looks nice as well, right? Nice bounce of the 50. Ali, I think you were asking about this one. UKAR does look nice. They had a bit of a pop this morning, so that looks good. LIDR has work to do. Like I said, consider selling or scaling out in the 70s there, because we need that retest for LNAI. And when it does, then we can curl back up. That'd be a good thing. Cool. BIAF. We've had some fun with this one in the past. Right? It looks really good. Your next resistance is 250. If you look left, you can see that level from pre-market. BIAF. So that does look good. And then yeah. And then JTAI is still, on a bit of a downtrend there. Okay, there we go. There we go. A perfect example of why the Discord is yeah, exactly, Brad. Exactly. So these are opportunities that you get to, all of these stocks. Exactly, Brad. Honestly, right? Like we show up on stream and you're like, oh my goodness, okay, what's happening? What's happening? But these are all stocks that have been talked about since last night in Discord, right? Since last night. So this one isn't anything new to anybody. So again, if you're just joining the stream, though, it might be new to you, but for most of the people that are saying, yes, I'm in this already, that's how they get into these stocks. Anyway, so we had a nice little dip, so a bit of a retest, which is nice, right? Because those retests are healthy. We have a bit of a thicker supply zone at 74. I think the reason why that supply zone is there though is because the actual resistance is 75. But again, you can see that supply zone, right? So like I said earlier, this is a pretty good area to be scaling out of the position, right? Or simply just moving your stop losses. If you're trying to FOMO in this area, you're probably gonna hear a message. Anyways, that message is gonna be presented to you by Virus. No, so we do need to consolidate a bit more and then push back for that red zone and then break that red zone. That would be nice. UCAR is also sitting in a bit of a red zone, so if it can clear $1, that would be excellent. But nice curl on this stuff. If you're holding JTAI, which I know some of you guys are, your support is closer to 11 cents. So as long as 11 cents holds, you're fine. LIDR, like I said, this one has a bit of resistance there. So your support in this one's going to be closer to a dollar, not a dollar. So to $2 and 210 ish. Alrighty. So 2 to 210 for LIDR. Your support's going to be closer to that if you're in it. Cool. So and then BIAF is just just a beast. Just a beast. That thing said, excuse me." Dang. I like the way we're opening today. It's a nice volume for these stocks. Shane says the good VIP level changed your life. Yeah, exactly. Good job. I like that, Greg. Well done. I like it. I'm very proud. I keep telling people, um, I don't think you guys don't get to see the frustration when someone's struggling. You don't get to see that frustration, right? Like you get to see comments in the chat every so often of like people being pissed, but then all of a sudden you see them make a bit of money. Like it's just the progression. So I get to hear all the complaining, which is not a problem. I'd rather hear the complaining than the silence, and then losing money. So complain away. But good job, right? So again, if you're struggling and you're not a Gold VIP member, do better. Yes. So here we go again, right? LNAI still looks beautiful. Pizza, good morning. But we do need to break through that resistance. So again, like I've said a few times, this is a pretty good area in the 70s to scale out, or simply just move your stop loss up, right? Because we're sitting right below that supply zone and we're stalling. So this is not an area to be FOMOing into a position. Let the other people that are not on the stream FOMO and break through the red zone if they want to, right? But this is not the time to buy. And you see those red candles? If you buy at that price, the only message you're gonna get, the only message you're gonna get from me is
congratulations, you played yourself.
yep. Yeah. Alrighty. And right after that you're gonna hear this one.
Jaden has $1 bill, 1 quarter, and 2 pennies. How much money does he have? Jaden broke.
Oh, that never gets old. Never, ever, ever gets old. Alrighty. So again, when you see a stock stalling at the open, you know there's a problem. So you don't go jumping in, right? I'd like to see a bit of a higher low and then a curl and then go back for that level and break it, right? But you want to be careful. Alrighty. So when you see a stock sell stalling at resistance, you're playing with violence. UKAR looks nice, so we're approaching that $1 level. Type yes in the chat if you're also in UKAR. Type yes in the chat if you're in UKAR. Honestly, though, like all of these stocks we're looking at, I like all of them. Right? UCAR looks good, right? As much as LNAI is stalling a little bit, it still looks good. LIDR retesting the $2, 210 area still looks good, right? JTAI also retesting, still holding above the 200 EMA, right? BIAF, that was a beautiful pump. So maybe a retest, right? FLYX, this one looks a bit suspicious, but it's still early. So a lot of these names look very good. Yeah. So UCAR, nice little curl. Watch for that $1 area though. That's gonna be your resistance. So if it can break through that, you might get a lot more volume. Let's go, Chris. Well done. Yes, Greg. Famous. Good morning, CL. Good morning, everybody. If I missed you, good morning, Nancy. Good morning, Wings. Stay green, everybody. Second in the stream title, LNAI. You just pick the second. I know, right? I know. I'm telling you, there's some superstition about the second stock on the stream title, right? Like every time the second stock always runs for some reason. I don't know why. You just show up. If you showed up every day and you pick the second stock on the stream title, you can do very well. There are gonna be some red days, but the cards in yeah. I woke up and I was like, you know what? Like it's cold today. For some reason, it's cold. So what can I wear? That's a bit warmer. Yeah. And then it's like, oh, this I can wear this. Here we go, right? See, I think that there's something going on here. Jaden has $1 bill. 2 pennies. There we go. We still do have that resistance though. As soon as we start approaching like 70 cents, people start taking profits on LNAI. So good morning, Luna. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Jaden. Wada, good morning. Good morning, Kristen. So that looks good. This looks good as well. UKAR. UKAR is like one of those one of those ugly looking um 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 what is this? The website doesn't even load. Actually, yeah, unless it looks like they changed a few things. The website takes 2 years to load, but anyways, the stock is fire right now, though. That's for sure. So that looks very nice. Ali, are you still in this one? Erica, good morning. Trey, good morning. Yeah, UCAR looks very nice. Very, very nice. So we're breaking back above that $1 level. Yup, there goes UCAR. Let's go. Let's go, Sid. Well done. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I like what I'm seeing this morning. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. There's some nice violence on these stocks. I like it a lot. We're stalling on BIAF there at 270, so that might be your problem level. But is UCAR halted up? It is halted up. I was like, why? How come it's halted up? Beautiful. Yeah. I mean, again, it's still retesting that 210 to $2 support area. So let's see if it can consolidate and then bounce from there. Alrighty. The reason we say 210 to $2 was the bounce we had this morning. Alrighty, and LNAI still looks as beautiful as ever. Beautiful as ever. But I think it's just in an area where like it more so benefits people that are in positions already to be scaling out on the push rather than jumping into brand new positions. On the big red candles, sure, right? On the dip and the curl, fine, right? But we do need that breakout here. You know what's crazy is this website is still loading. Right? I bet that's how much data is in this site that it's still loading. UCAR. Swap stations, smart charging, blah 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 blah. Anyways, the website looks cool, but the stock looks cooler. No, Dad, that's not the problem. That is not the problem. And sat on my hands and did not get back in. That's okay. Okay, there we go. So this is looking very nice. Yeah, looking very, very nice. We do need that breakout down for LNAI here. Yeah. Short leg, slow computer. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So we're waiting for the on halt on UCAR, and then we're waiting for the breakout for LNAI above the 74 area. 74, 75 area. But again, you can tell though, people keep taking profits in the 70s, right? So we've said that already. Like the 70s is a good spot to scale out. You don't have to close your entire position, but scaling out or simply just moving the stop loss to the last higher low, right, is fine too. So it's completely up to you. But if you're buying in this area, we really need that breakout. Need the breakout. We need the boom skis. What did Jay say now? Maybe it's the operator. No, it's not. No, it's not. How much more? How much more do we need for the breakout here, guys? How much more? How much more, Mr. LNAI? How much more? So it looks like BIAF just came back for a bit of a retest of 250, which is actually nice to see, right? So we had that breakout spot at 250. If it can let me draw some lines here, 250 breakout, 250 breakout, 250 retest, but then you still have that resistance at 270. Alrighty, so BIAF looks nice as well. So I really like the price action on these stocks today because at least they're giving opportunities. We're not just sitting here and staring at the sun. Yeah. We're not just sitting here and staring at the sun, so that looks good still. JTAI is still, slowly retesting that 11 area. LIDR still sitting above $2 here. FLYX trying to come back and retest the 200 EMA. And then we're sitting at 270 here for BIAF. So that looks beautiful. 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 I like the chaos. I like the chaos. Here we go. Here comes the breakout. 3, 2, 1. That thing said 270. Slow down. Slow down. No breakout yet. So again, a bit of a double top. Maybe this time. In 3, 2, 1. Rockets. Not yet. 69. Here comes 70. And they said, nope, not yet. Damn, that 70 level is like, nope, you shall not pass. You shall not pass. Unless you have the Moses 2000s. Strong resistance there. So that's sitting at resistance. LNAI is also kind of in a resistance weird spot, right? And then UKAR just got on halted here. Right. So and you can kind of tell too that like we're in a bit of an interesting area too with the double top not too far away. So let's see if we can go back up and break through that. Right. But this is a nice push though on UKAR. Really, really nice push. $1.20. Very nice. Oof. I like the way this day is starting, You can tell this thing really wants to break through that 270. But yeah. I like it. There we go. 227 UKAR. UKAR said hello. Bye. See you later. 227. And guess what it's done? Well, it's halted up again 127. UKAR is halted up again. So that's fun. 186%, guys. Woo! Beautiful. Beautiful. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, just keep halting the stocks, I like it. I like it. Okay. Type yes in the chat if you're still holding UKAR. Type yes in the chat if you're still holding UKAR. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. I like it. Wondering why, yeah. I like it. The other ones are still kind of struggling with resistance, except now BIAF just said, excuse me, I'm next. Excuse me. Excuse me. That thing really looked like it was going to break through that 70, huh? Yup, the zero alert. Yup, exactly, Rob. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay. So this one's halted. This one really wants to break out LNAI, but it's also really struggling in that supply zone. Like I said, this area is not the area to be taking unnecessary risk, right? We still like the stock. There's no reason to not like LNAI, right? Other than the fact that it's stalling in a supply zone, it still looks beautiful, right? UCAR is obviously looking amazing and halted, and then BIAF obviously that looks really good as well. So again, all of the names we're looking at today are either going sideways or cooking, which is really nice to see. Really, really nice to see. That was a good breakout. So if you wanted to FOMO into that, that would have been a nice little scalpy breakout there for you. There's a bit of a. Yeah. There we go. There we go. That thing said, oh, you draw the line higher, we go higher. You draw the line higher, we go higher. Boom skis. Sheesh. What a fire start to the day, guys. Damn. Anything you touch is monies. Monies. You touch it, money shows up. So $3 our next resistance on this one. Let's see if we can break and close above it. That thing doesn't look like $3 is a match. That thing said $3. Move that line out of here, please. Move it. Move it. Move it. Move it, Brad. Move it. So nice little breakout. I think the issue with LNAI, it's going back and forth here. The problem with this one is as people start to look at the other ones, like, am I really sitting and waiting for this one to go while the other names are pumping? Right? That's the danger. So this thing needs to start curling soon. Otherwise, people start rotating as UCAR is cooking and BIAF is cooking. Let's go, Winterfell. Give us the on holds. So yeah, this looks really good. Congratulations if you're in this. Yeah, congratulations if you're in this. Just keep moving those stop losses higher and not getting greedy. Alrighty. And the closer we get to lunch, we're gonna get a bit of a slowdown, but we're still fine for now. But again, like LNAI looks fine. It's holding that bottom side, but it needs to start breaking to the upside rather than so. And there goes BIAF with the dip. So again, like we said earlier, as much as we broke about $3, it's still a problem until we close above it. Alrighty. So that level is still gonna be a resistance there. So it's really, really important that when a stock is flying like these stocks are, you're thinking about scaling out and moving stop losses, blah, 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 and not just watching the money go up. Ready? Not just watching the monies go up. There goes the on halt. So on halted for UCAR, and right away, brand new highs of the day. So we're getting the bit of a bit of the yellow candle, but in this case, there's so much momentum here that right, we have there's so much momentum on this thing that is just pushing through that supply zone, right? Why? What happened there, KB? So $1.38, $1.39, and cooking $1.50, guys. Oh my days! The emoji showed up. They're like, wait, 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 wait. And guess what just happened, guys? Guess what just happened? The stock is halted up again. So UKAR is just a beast. 235% now, halted up. You know what's coming, right? You know what's coming, right? We are halted up again, guys. So in honor of tradition, come on, party people. I know the market is open, but you can feel those hips moving, right? Come on, to the left, to the right, and thrust. Come on, to the left, to the right, and thrust. To the window, to the wall, when Lambo at night. Come on, go, 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 go. Come on, to the and thrust. Skirt, skirt, skirt. Go. Come on, Dad. Forget about last night. Forget about yesterday. Get on the floor, please. Put those hands up to the sky. I know the day's just starting, but I need the energy. The energy. Come on. And what? And thrust. And what? And thrust. And what? Come on, party people. I don't care what you're doing right now. I need those hands up to the sky. I need to feel the vibes. Come on. to the left, to the right, and thrust. Come on, to the left, to the right, and thrust. Get naked, make monies, and what? And thrust. Get naked, make monies, and what? And thrust. Come on, let the beat drop. Let the sweat drip, drip, drop, drip, drop, drip, drop. And what? Come on, and thrust. And what? And thrust. Make monies and thrust. Make monies and what? Get naked. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you very much, Spider-Man. Okay, let's just pretend, we're a nice crowd and kids are watching, and yeah. Okay. Let's go. See, this is the energy we need every morning, This is the energy. The energy. We need these stocks to bring the vibes. Okay. So we're obviously halted at 250, guys. That's the first yellow candle we've had on the way up. We're most likely gonna thrust through that level, but be very careful. Alrighty. So be very careful. Cool. Bob, if you're new to the channel, we apologize, but this is what happens when we're making monies and we need some exercise, health is wealth, right? Anyways, so yeah, 250 resistance, and then we'll go from there. You know what's funny? That sweater looks the same, Red. Yeah, that sweater looks the same. Sheesh. Etsa with a nice pop too. Isn't UKAR Canadian stock? Even if it isn't, we're gonna claim it. No, it's from China. You know what, China? We'll give it to you. You can thrust. China can thrust. Good job, Shane. And we need to get you better entries on those. Two quick scalps. What's for breakfast? Thrusting. Yeah. That was awesome. Welcome to the community. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, so again, 250 resistance. It looks like this was the concern, right? This is why we keep yelling, scale out, scale out, scale out. Don't FOMO, don't FOMO, right? When a stock is sitting at resistance at a double top in a supply zone with yellow candles, right? We don't need to tell you twice, right? Do not be jumping into these positions at this price. You better be scaling out or moving your stop loss. I don't care how much we like a stock. When you see stuff like that, you have reasons to scale out. So for now, watch for support at the previous bottom there, right? So 52 cents. Alrighty, so we still like this one, right? Let's see what it does at this support here, and then go from there, right? Same thing with BIAF. You can see that there's resistance at $3, right? You better scale out, right? So now UKAR, let's see what happens, because obviously this one has the most volume. The volume in this, volume in terms of like in connection with the price action, not like overall volume. Because I think if you're looking for overall volume, you can look at a name like LNAI. This one has way more volume, but it always has to be there goes the on hold, guys. So a high of $2, $1.60, and it looks like we're about to push through. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh my days! Oh my days! Oh my days, guys! Oh my days! 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 Sheesh! Let's go. I like it. I like it a lot. There we go. So we're going to be halted down here if it drops like that. Alrighty. So it's halted down actually. Right? UKAR is halted down. UKAR is halted down. Hey yo, Susan. Susan is our favorite bot, I think. We always call Susan the bot. So again, we're halted down, which again, there's nothing wrong with that, right? I think at some point, this was to be expected, right? This was to be expected. Alrighty. Uh, I know, Susan. Again, so it looks like LNAI is holding that bottom, right? So we know there's going to be support at this level for LNAI. So at like 52 cents ish for LNAI. If it can stay above that level, good. Cool. So we're halted down on this one. We're retesting on BIAF, which is fine, right? Because again, like these are all just technical things, right? We broke above this level, right? We have to come back and retest it. So you have a bit of support at 270 for BIAF, right? So again, none of these are, really surprising, which is a good thing. Alrighty. Well, thank you, Susan. Thank you. Rob knows no peace. No peace. Let's go, Cam. Let's go. Well done. Let's go. Well done. Boom skis. What a fire morning, guys. Right? Everything we touch turns to gold. I'm kidding. Anyway, so again, nice little bounce from 270. So quick scalpy. LNAI is still holding that 52, so that's also good. SMX is gaining some attention now too. Gaining some attention as well. Still potential to go up after the hold down. Yeah, usually when a stock is halted down, so the expectation is that when it's halted up, it keeps going up. When it's halted down, it goes down. So maybe just a healthy retest. Because look at this damn thing, guys. Right? We basically broke out and said no, thank you, not coming back. So it has to come back down at some point and retest something, right? So just because it's dipping doesn't mean it's a horrible thing. We also talked about LIDR having support around $2. That 210 to $2. It's been sitting in that range, right? It's basically just sitting there because the other stocks have the attention for now. So this one's just holding around support. So it doesn't mean that it's dead, right? It's just chilling, just chilling. I'm not sure, Kristen. I'm not sure. Don't forget to smash a like, guys, if you haven't already, please. We'll do a giveaway at some point today for the thing, right? Yeah, we'll do a giveaway. Cool. Uh, anyways, so I'm just waiting for them to get back to me already. Or we can do the giveaway and then I can still wait for them to confirm and then alrighty. So we'll do a giveaway. Anyways, yeah, so don't forget to smash a like if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe if you're new to the channel. If you're not a member in Discord, what I will tell you is that if you go back to Discord, right, and you search UKAR, right, and you're like, you know what, when was UKAR mentioned in Discord this morning, right? How come you guys, how come? I'll do it for you. Okay, I'll do the searching, and then let me see how quickly I can upload this screenshot. Alrighty, so UCAR announced this morning. This morning. This very same morning. Alrighty. This morning, 30 minutes before the open. So I'm trying to take a screenshot and upload it on stream here. So 9 a.m. this morning is when the news came out, right? So the news is most likely going to be on this and on. It's actually not on here. So even TradingView doesn't have the news, right? But the news came out this morning at 9 a.m. in Discord. 9 a.m. this morning in Discord. UPower announces completion of production of 30 battery swapping electric heavy trucks for Thailand, right? So again, news. We'll talk about this in the next class, how to understand the news. But again, the news came out at 9 a.m. this morning. 9 a.m., guys. Where's 9 a.m.? Look at your charts, right? The news came out at 9 a.m. This candle is 902, 901, 902. So it took about a minute for the stock to react, but then it broke out above the 200 EMA, right? 9 a.m. 9 a.m. this morning. Alrighty. So again, this is why we keep saying it's important, right? That this is why we keep saying it's important. The stock is halted down again, by the way, right? When a stock is halted down, it usually wants to trend down for a second before it goes back up. So I'm not really surprised. That's exactly what should be happening, right? So again, 9 a.m. this morning. If you're not a part of the community, you're missing out, right? Because sometimes it's good to be able to, at the very least, even if you miss it, it's nice to be able to say, hey, at least I saw the news. At least I had the opportunity to think about it. At least. So from 9 a.m., this thing has been on watch, right? Tiffany got in at 50 something cents because of the news, right? And then boom skis. And then it dipped and then it double bottomed into the open, triple bottom, and then explosion and then breakouts. So now we're halted down again. So we're just coming back down for a retest, which is completely healthy. But again, yup, exactly, Tiffany. Exactly. So yeah, if you do want to join us in Discord, click this link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbot, and don't sign up for one of the levels that says sold out because you're going to be roasted. And you can tell by the energy in the chat today that you really will be roasted. So let's see if we can retest around, the 130, 120 range. I think we maybe try and get a curl between that 130 and 130 and then go from there. Alrighty? Yeah. Yeah, Nomad, scamming you with giving you opportunities. That's it. You know, like telling you that there's a bit of support for LNAI at 52 cents, and if you bought at 52 cents, it's at 58 cents now. And then you're like, hey, they scammed me with monies, Mister Sky Shooter. Go and shoot somewhere else. Anyways, yep. Ada, you should, Tiffany. You definitely should. You definitely should. So let's see what the on hold looks like on this one. Also, scamming you by saying, "Hey, BIAF has support at 270, so we can bounce up 270." Exactly, exactly, exactly. There we go. uh, Peter got cooked. Oh, that was so funny. Uh, BIF has a bit of a downtrend, guys, at 290 something here, 292 ish, 295. So you're gonna have some resistance here. Yeah. Already. Cool. uh, J Finance. Join your stream from the first because oh, Luna did still learning and confused by your charts. Can you explain what all those colors? Um, yeah, it's gonna take some time for you to understand, right? But these colors are basically so the supply and demand zones is what we call them, right? The red color is your supply zone. So these are levels that there's a lot of selling pressure at. So you think about taking profits at those levels. Then the green zones are called demand zones, right? These are levels you want to consider, looking for an entry at. Not always, right? So those really help, right? Supply and demand. Demand as in, hey, this might be a good area, right? Green is good. Red, not so good, right? The purple are downtrends, right? So remind you. So it's a nice, colorful, like visual reminder, right, of all the things that are happening. Like, hey, there's a demand zone, right? Look at this one, right? You see this? LNAI, right? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful demand zone, right? Are we bouncing off that level? Hey, green is good. We're trying to bounce. Hey, red is not so good. The red wasn't really a surprise, was it? Right? So again, nice little colorful reminders of what the charts should be giving you. Green goods, red no goods. Uh, if that works for you, I can send over the giveaway banners. There we go. So look at that beautiful bounce, guys. If you took, I know a whole bunch of you guys did this. I know it because I know it. Because I know you guys are criminals. If you took an entry for LNAI, type yes in the chat. Cause I know it. Cause I know our community, and the best. Just the goats, Again, look at that 50-ish area, right? Retest, right? Is it a scam? I wonder. Uh, would be perfect. Perfect. So yeah, we're gonna do those giveaways. Yeah, manifesting pizza. What a fire day, guys! Look at this. Look at UCAR. UCAR is also unhalted. UCAR is doing exactly what we wanted it to do, right? 130 to 120 range. Surprise, surprise, guys. It's almost like the charts work. Almost like the charts work. Interesting. What's up with that? Charts work. Anyways, let's see if we can reclaim $1.50 though, because I think you're still gonna have some work to do here with 150. Alrighty, so just be a bit more cautious. Cool. We're testing the downtrend here for LNAI, and like I said, I knew a whole bunch of you guys would be in LNAI because that was a good level. And right. So, and a lot of you guys like this stock from early this morning, so I'm not really surprised. It's expected that you guys would get into that, right? As long as you're waiting for the proper levels and getting in, I don't mind. Right? If you're FOMOing in at stupid levels, I will find you and I will tell you congratulations. You played yourself. In church? Oh, that's really cool, Luna. Let's go. Okay. So again, there goes a nice little break of the downtrend, right? So people always ask like, "Oh, how come you don't tell me what to buy?" How come? Can you show me the trades, please? Can you show me your trades, please? Can you? But I never know. I always miss it. Well, right? But again, we all day on stream, give you little gems of financial advice, little gems of financial advice. Look at this thing, Coke. Little gems of financial advice, But he didn't show me the trade. He didn't tell me to buy. Oh my gosh. Can somebody tell me? Please. Nobody tell me what to do ever. Oh my gosh. But the green zone, what does it mean? I don't know what the green zone mean. I can't make a decision by myself ever. Even though someone told me that 52 cents was support and it was consolidating at the VWAP and the 200 and the demand zone, and I still waiting for someone to tell me when to buy. Right? Because my name's Jaden and I don't know what the green zone means. Congratulations. Unbelievable. So again, green zone good, red zone not good. We're in the red zone, so just be mindful of that. You know what's funny though? It's almost like UCAR goes down, and then the other one comes, and then this one comes back up, right? Also, LIDR is still holding that beautiful level, right? It's another bounce in the green zone. How come? How come I see the green zone and Blaze told me there's support at $2 and there's a green zone and it's bouncing at $2 and it's going up and I missed it. I'm gonna FOMO though, and then it's gonna crash and then I'm gonna say the market hates me. But really, it's because I suck. I'm kidding. Let's go, Megan. Good job. Yeah, a little bit of tough love. So you have to understand that you're gonna make these decisions, and sometimes you're gonna buy in those areas and it's gonna fail. But that you're better off waiting for these levels and then cutting it. Right? Doesn't work. It doesn't work. You cut it. Cool. Cool. Uh, Denzel, what do you mean? What's a graph? What does that mean? So again, if you got into LNAI off the bottom there, type yes in the chat. If you got in on LNAI off the bottom there, type yes in the chat. Daisy says, "Shut up." Fine, Daisy. I will shut up. I will shut up because I know I'm being annoying. Let's go. Good job, Flip. Well done. Well done. Well done. Dextra, when you get the algo, it should be a default now. Good job, guys. Good job. Good job. Good job. Alrighty. Good job. So yeah, again, this is almost the exact same thing that we talked about on the class on Saturday, right? So there's so much happening there. That's exactly what we talked about, right? 3 point, three pieces of data, right? Scaling in at the right spot, right? So again, if you haven't watched that class from Saturday, I promise you're missing out. Alrighty. Actually, I've gotten a few messages, so we're gonna try and make sure the classes are like that, right? Because let me just read one of the messages, right? Good evening. I just want to let you know that I watched that class you guys had on Saturday last night, and that class has probably helped me the most out of all of them so far, right? Some of the stuff you guys thought I understand, I just didn't understand, but in this class I did, right? It made it very clear, and I think that's why I did really good yesterday. So again, that's kind of the same thing again today, right? So if you haven't, right, go watch the class at some point, right, in the Legend Pro channel. It's really gonna help you. If you didn't know, UKAR is halted down, by the way. So let's see if we can on halt and kind of consolidate. Like I said earlier, 250 was $1.50 was gonna be a problem. So we still need some higher lows and some higher highs just to confirm this. So this one needs a bit of work. And for LNAI, like I said, we're in a supply zone. Be careful. I'd really like to see this thing break out above that supply zone. Right? There's a reason why we really like this one coming into the open. The chart just looks really nice, but it really has to break through this area. Yeah, all the classes are available on YouTube. You just need the right membership. Alrighty. Just a reminder, it's not the green zone. It's not spoon feeding. It's not buy here. It's education. It's the community. Nowhere else. Absolutely, Peter. Thank you very much. Yeah, I agree with that. Right. So it's the education. It's building blocks. Right. It's community. It's all of the above. Peter, thank you very much. Yes. Alrighty. Yep. And the reason why it's really good to clarify that is because the reason why it's good to clarify is because people are going to look at that and say, oh, but I sold in the red zone and it kept going up. Or I bought in the green zone. No, there's a lot more to that, right? And that's why, again, it's really important to, yeah, already. So it's not as simple as just buying in the green zone, right? So there's more to that. Educate yourself. Cool. BIAF is still kind of holding this breakout spot, the retest of the breakout. So it looks okay, right? It's creating a bit of a demand zone in a supply zone, but that's also because we know that when a stock breaks out like that, that level is going to be important. So BIAF is really trying to curl here, really trying to curl. Yeah. Tim. Greg with a nice little pop. Uh, so that's a nice little curl in that, right? And this still looks beautiful. It looks like it's setting up for a nice fat green candle, doesn't it? Right. I think the only concern here though is that we're sitting in that supply area, but it does look good though. So let's see if we can break through. Right. Again, surprise, surprise, guys. Are we surprised here? Right? Are we really surprised? Type yes in the chat if you're holding LIDR. Type yes in the chat. Type yes in the chat if you're holding LIDR. I think the reason why it like some of these things come across simpler is because we do so much education, right? And we talk about all of these things, right? With or without a supply demand zone, right? Again, we know there's a double bottom here, $2. We know it's a psychological level, right? Confirming by having the green level, right? So again, if you're in that class, I keep saying, if you were in that class on Saturday, again, that would have been a pretty good spot to scale in, huh? Right? Pretty good area, right? So when people come to me, they're like, "Oh, I never know when to buy a stock. I never know when to do this. I never know." Well, first of all, lack of strategy, lack of education, um, and the list is endless, right? And lack of patience, right? The patience to sit here and say, "Hey, let me just wait, right? Let me wait for the right spot, right? Let me just wait. I see no consolidation. Let me wait. Oh, let me scale in, right? Oh, now we're confirming. Let me add to the position. Oh, let me take my gains, right? So there's a lot more to, cool. Cool. Anyways, so UKAR is halted down again, right? Really, really important that when a stock is flying like this, you're scaling out, taking gains, moving stop losses up, right? Stocks not only keep going up, stocks go down too. So now we're retesting a golden pocket here, around that $1.97, right? Give or take 5 cents. Let's see if it can stay above that level. Cool. LIDR is gaining some nice violence there, isn't it? So broke above $1.20 there, which is nice to see. Cool. LNAI is just having such a hard time in that supply zone, but again, this is not an area to be scaling in or jumping in a position, right? You can see the resistance, you can see the stalling. That's more so a level to be taking gains, isn't it? Right? Nice bottom, nice pop. You can see the resistance though. So yeah, so that really shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. Cool. Could cause a short squeeze. Randy? I mean, especially if there's a catalyst as well. Like if more stuff happens with the war, but if that ends, you're not gonna get a short squeeze. Yeah, I'm not going to mention the double top, but my scanner sent you a notification. Yeah, so you can see that resistance, right? Love it. Look at that rejection on that thing, though. Look at that, right? But again, like I said, I don't think this should really be a surprise to anybody, right? When you look at this chart, right? We can talk about the supply zone, but we've also talked about like the T-Rexing, right? When you see a stock stalling like that at the top, right? The main thing that should come to mind, the main thing that should come to mind is this, right? It's a T-Rex. If it'll let me, draw without like having to look at that, right? This is usually what we refer to as a T-Rex, right? Your head is about to get bitten off by the shorts, and the people that are selling the positions, right? So again, when we're stalling, you see the T-Rex. So now let's see if we can consolidate again in the low 50s. Cool. UCAR is still falling like a rock. So maybe at some point it's going to consolidate, but I think you want to give it time to consolidate. We are testing a bit of an uptrend here, so maybe we get a bounce now off 90 cents. Right? We shall see. We shall see. This has to be one of the more productive mornings we've had, in the last week or so. Right? Again, I like what BIF is doing here because it is holding that 270 area and just consolidating and holding. So that's a good thing. Danielle, mostly the 1 minute. Mostly, especially on momentum stocks, the intention is to scalp, right? So like the intention really plays a part in what you're doing, right? So if my intention is to look for quick scalpies, right? I want to obviously understand like what's happening on the bigger time frames. So we will often, zoom out and look at the daily. But for the most part though, like if it's a brand new stock and it's moving, we really just care about like that smaller time frame. Alrighty. So it looks like LNAI is kind of giving us a bit of a higher low, right, off the bottoms. and good. UCAR is still dropping, right? So again, give it time to consolidate. Let it find its, let it find that support. Alrighty. You know what's interesting? You know what's interesting? Never mind. Yeah. It has been. It has been, Rob. It has been. It has been. If every morning was was like this, that would be good. Now we need to go back up and slap the T Rex. Uh, okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds good. I like it. I like it. Yeah. So again, maybe we bounce off the 200 EMA here for UCAR. I think just to be safe, you want to give it a bit of time, or like if you're interested, then scaling into something like this probably the best way to go. And just a reminder, like there's a difference between scaling into a position and adding to a loser, right? There's a difference between like you plan the trade and you're like, hey, I'm actually waiting for this area. I'm gonna take a small position and then I'll plan on, like there's a huge difference between those. So when you're adding to a losing position, that's not called scaling in. That's called you're a sky shooter. Yes, Peter. Do members make monies or do they make monies? I don't know the answer to the question. I don't know. I don't know. Are you car? Good job. Good job. Good job, Amante. Amante just cooks and then leaves. Some of these members are absolute criminals. JTAI is trying to curl here, trying to. Right, so it looks like it held 10 cents at least, Raven. I don't know if you're in this one. I don't know why penny stocks remind me of Raven, but they do. Um, and BIAF is still holding up really well. I just think the problem here is that supply zone, but BIAF does look good though. Right, so this looks good. And UCAR is really trying to reclaim that golden pocket. I think at this point it needs to reclaim $1 or get back closer to the 200 EMA. But at least it's no longer falling like a knife. At least it's no longer falling like a tomato rock. Okay. Mm. 1 second. Okay. Yeah, see, I like what this is doing, right? You see that? Right? That 270 area. Type yes in the chat if you're holding BIF. Yeah, I know, Raven. Yep. Type yes in the chat if you're holding BIF. So again, that 270 area was nice, right? You can clearly tell though that the closer we get to $3, we're gonna have a bit of a problem there. But it doesn't change the fact that 270 was good though, right? So let's see if we can break through, right? We're looking nice though. We're looking nice, guys. I'm telling you, today everything we touch is gold. Just gold. Just gold. There we go. So again, just keep in mind $3 is your resistance. So $3. Can we break through? Yes. Yes, in the chats. Yeah, no. So we need to break through this $3, and it looks like it really wants to, but it's still resistance, right? So your job in the market is not to predict what comes after you buy. Your job is to look for good entries and to manage those positions, whether they work out or they don't work out, right? So we don't know the answer to the question, but yeah. Uh, there we go. So again, 270 to $3, not a bad scalp, right? But again, $3, surprise, surprise, guys, right? Surprise, surprise. Sometimes keeping it simple is the way to go in terms of like, hey, we know there's a problem, you scale out, right? We don't know if it's gonna break out. We hope it breaks out. We don't have the answer, right? Yeah, FLYX looks suspicious, Kara. Suspicious. Suspicious. And like I said, with UKAR, we need to break back above $1 to feel comfortable, or we need to get back to the 200 EMA. So this still has work to do already. So if that 200 EMA can hold, cool. If not, you have issues. You have issues. Yeah. Are these early market runners, or can they hold throughout the day? Yeah, Peter answered your question, right? It depends, Nomad. It depends how the stock's performing, right? It really just depends how the stock is performing. Alrighty. So we keep watching them all day. We keep playing with them. We keep scalping them. So for now, in the short term, the intention is to make decisions based on what's happening, right? Like, let's say you buy the stock at 270, right? And you have a stop loss at 260, and it moves up to $3. You move your stop loss to 280, right? If it doesn't hit, right, and it keeps going, then you just keep moving the stop loss up, and you're like, do 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 do. I'm winning. Do 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 do. I'm winning. You can just keep going up and celebrating, right? And then every so often, right, you can anyways but every so often anyways but yeah, like, as long as the stock's performing, you can hold it, but your intention should be to make money, right? The goal is to make monies, not to hold it all day. Always remember that. So because I think people always get that confused, right? Like, hey, I want to hold it, because no, you want to make money. Yeah. So we do need to break out at some point there. UCAR is creating a bit of a demand zone above the 200 EMA and the little FIB level there. So it looks like 80 cents is acting as a bit of a base. Then we need the curl. LIDR, right? We pushed up to 220 to 230 and then backed up a bit. So let's see if we can get a higher low and then go from there. And then LNAI is stuck in the middle of like resistance and support. So um, yeah, yeah. So let's see. Yeah, UCAR is really trying to hold 80 cents. Let's hope that it can hold 80 cents and give us some, positive vibes. Yep, 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 yep. Let's go, Miss Tony. Would it still hit if then that Greg stock is actually doing well. The CREG. Yeah, we keep joking about like Greg being in this one, but it's actually doing really well. I like the way the chart looks. Yeah, I really like the way the chart looks, from like the breakouts to the retest, right? That was a really good retest of the golden pocket there at $1.50. And then another breakout at 175. Again, this is the beauty of being in Discord, is because everybody, including me, has been joking about this stock, right? And the alerts have been going off, right? But we haven't talked about it on stream, right? So, yep. So again, it's important, very important. So 220 resistance there next. 220. Is today the Fed meeting, guys? No, that's tomorrow, Wednesday. I mean, I don't think we really care anymore about those Fed meetings until maybe like the last one for Powell, and then the first one for the new guy. But yeah, no, with the 220 level is definitely a problem. 220 is definitely a problem. Let's see. Yeah, you can tell this Luna stock. Hey, it's actually called Luna. Well, not really Luna, but with an I. LNAI. LNAI. Anyways, um, yeah, it still looks promising, doesn't it? As long as it stays above that 50 area, it still looks promising to me. So, still like it. Already, LIDR is retesting that VWAP and curling, so I still like it. BIAF, I obviously still like this one, right? So we have some very good stocks this morning. Some very, very good stocks this morning. Yeah, so it looks like Greg hit 220 and then backed off. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Come on, give us a breakout. Notifications. Did Rob tag me in something? No. Okay. Pizza? Why? Why, Pizza? Why? Pizza has to go to work. Peter has to go to a meeting so they can bug him. So they can bug him. Come on, give us a breakout already here. Yeah, this 80 cents is still holding, right? At the very least, it's looking like it's finding a base at 80 cents. So now we need that curl to come and play, right? But at least UKAR is for the first time trying. Yeah, so that's not too bad. Bye, Pizza. So it looks like we're really trying to curl up this level. Come on, you can do it. It's okay, I'll cause the trouble. Okay. Okay, there we go. You guys see that magic happening at 80 cents, guys? You see the magic? Again, nothing is a guarantee. I think what's happening is we're going back up to retest the golden pocket. So then that's going to be the first problem we have for UKAR, right? So, but again, at least it's again for the first time, right? So sometimes we talk about this, quite often, and you guys think we're joking about it. But again, like, do you have a reason to be jumping into this stock until like now? Do you have a reason? I better hope not, right? So sometimes you just have to be patient and actually let your next resistance is still $1, right? $1 is going to be a problem whether you like it or not, right? 80 cents is acting as support. $1 is going to act as your enemy, right, Alex? So if it can reclaim that level, cool. Right? Greg is a good example of why you don't diamond hand, right? Scale out, move stop losses up. That thing was at 220 not too long ago. Now it's at $1.80, right? So again, keep paying yourself on the way up. Your grandma doesn't own these companies, right? The day you become a janitor at one of these companies, then you can diamond hand. Until then, keep taking your money and running. Because even the CEO of the company takes his money and runs straight to Thailand to visit the lady boys. Okay, so if you're not a janitor of the company, don't diamond hand. If you don't even know where the office is at, you definitely don't diamond hand. Cool? So here comes $1. Please. Alrighty. Okay. So this $1 level is going to be an interesting spot. Yeah, you see how quickly these companies run to do offerings? They're like, oh, my days, our stock is running. I didn't even know. I didn't know. I didn't know. Let's go do an offering. Come on, party people. Straight to the private jet. The lady boys are waiting. And then you're here like, oh my gosh, the company is so nice. Oh my goodness, it's so nice. They have a nice name, nice ticker symbol, nice everything, right? So again, look at that beauty, guys, right? So I don't need to tell you to buy, I don't need to tell you anything, right? But the fact that we're here as a community and we're talking about ideas, right? We knew that this level at 80 cents, it's consolidating. There's a green zone, right? It's showing you signs for the first time. If you bought that thing off the bottom there, easy monies, right, guys? So again, as a community, we can sit here and talk about ideas and you can make money, right? So you don't need to be spoon fed, right? Like, hey, buy now. You don't need to be spoon fed. But if you're listening and paying attention and willing to take a risk, you know, you can make some nice monies. All right. If you bought the dip on UKAR, type yes in the chat. If you bought the dip, type yes in the chat. Here are the criminals. Yeah. Some people like to be spoon fed, weirdo. No, it's not about spoon feeding. Because next thing you know, someone's going to be like, but how come we don't see? Oh my gosh. No. Good job, guys. These are the criminals. These are the criminals. Some people like to be spoon fed. Do you like to be spoon fed, Jax? Do you like to be spoon fed? Huh? Yes or no? Do you like to be spoon fed? I better be nice to Jax before Dan and Virus, you know? Absolutely not. Uh, see? I knew it. I knew it. See? I'm already getting bullied for being mean to Jax. Because as soon as Jax shows up in the chat, you know? Anyways. Yeah. Good job, guys. Good job, good job, good job. I like that. Yeah, no, these are nice little scalpies, right? These are risks that you have to be willing to take, you know, right? These are, these are nice little risks you have to be willing to take. Alrighty. So I think we've had a really good morning. Between all these stocks, they've done really well. So let's see if we can get a higher low on Luna here. Not Luna, on UKAR, right? I think Luna is also kind of looking for a higher low. So we'll see if Luna can give us the higher low off the 57 maybe. but I think we were clearly trending down now, so it needs to break out and do something. So that still looks okay though, and UKAR needs to give us that higher low. You know what I came across last night? Not that I really came across it, but let me see if I can pull up a screenshot here. See if we can find one. See if we can find a screenshots here. Let's if it'll let me upload. So we talked about the little partnership, sponsorship, whatever you want to call it, yesterday, right? Between for the prop firm, right? Prop shop, right? So you know what's really cool is with most prop firms, you don't have that opportunity to swing plays, right? So most of you don't quite understand that, but with like futures firms, you're not allowed to swing plays, right? Unless you have like these, other accounts that are way more expensive. So I think this is pretty cool that you're allowed to swing plays. So this makes it so much easier when you're swinging stocks, right? So I think that that's really, really cool. So if this is something that you haven't really looked into, you definitely should. Um, if Let me pull up the website as well so we can take a look. Yeah, I think this is cool. The fact that you can swing futures or you can swing stocks is really cool from a prop firm. Alrighty, so there's a sale going on as well. Alrighty, there's a 60% off sale. So that's something you're interested in. You can get a nice little discount. Just make sure you use the code HTX. So let me get rid of this screenshot, and then we can talk about it a bit more. Does anybody in the chat not know what a prop firm is? Anybody not know? Let me know. Right. So again, right, we talked about this yesterday, but I think that the cool thing about this process is, especially if you have a smaller account. You've never swung a futures contract? Yeah, because most of these firms don't allow you to, right? They usually close that, you know. Yeah, exactly, Raven. They usually close the position on you before, right? So we're gonna do a giveaway. The value of this, right, is probably closer to $300. So we'll do some giveaways at some point today. Alrighty, so again, this is cool because how this works is, so let's you get one of these accounts. You can trade futures, you can trade stocks, whatever you want to do, right? So you basically, so what how this works is, let's you buy a 25K account or a 50K account or 100K account, right? You're basically using someone else's money to trade with, right? So you obviously have to go through like an eval process so they can see that you can actually pass an account. So for example, if you get a 25K account, you need to make an extra $3,000 on top of the 25K, and if you can prove that you can pass that account, then you get the real account, alrighty, without an additional fee, right? So there's some other metrics to this, but when you do pass, you also get a nice signing bonus of $5,000, which I think the reason they're doing that is because they're trying to get that interest going, so they're giving you a signing bonus. I think the way the signing bonus works is you get $2,500 check, and then the other goes into your account as an addition. Alrighty, so like it explains that right here, right? So, but you do have to meet those benchmarks, right? So the benchmarks are somewhere on the website as well. So make sure yeah, uh however much time you need, right? There's not a timeline. They actually want you to take as much time as possible, right? So you're not going to be able to make that in one day. They want you to go slow and steady, so you're not just blowing the accounts, right? Yeah, I think that's cool, right? The profit split is 80/20, so you keep 80%, they keep 20%, right? So you keep 80% of the monies, they keep 20%. Yeah. Is height one of the benchmarks? I'm glad, height is not one of the benchmarks. So again, you can trade futures, you can trade stocks, right? As it explains right there. Um, blah 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 blah. Right. So again, here's a link in the description in the chat if you want to do more research. You should definitely be doing a little bit more research before you sign up. Um, so the link is right there in the chat. You can also scan the QR code as well, if that's something you're interested in. Alrighty. And again, here's the signing bonus thing, right? So like when you pass the 25K account and you meet the benchmarks, you get $5,000, right? 50K, $11,000, and then the 100K is $22,000. So that's pretty cool, right? Just for passing an account, right? They're like, hey, you know what? Here's a nice little something something, right? So again, you can use the code HTX when you're asked to, right? And sign up. Like I said, we're gonna do a giveaway at some point today. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. So the pricing is somewhere on the website. Like when you're actually ready to sign up, the pricing is gonna be somewhere on the website. But then you can use that code and get 60% off, and then go from there. Yeah. Any what happens if you lose the money in the account? The account is gone, right? So there's also a drawdown, right? There's a drawdown. So the when you get the account, right? Let's say you get the 25K account. The goal is to make $3,000, right? But the drawdown is around $1,300. So if you lose $1,300 of the money, they're gonna say thank you very much. We want our account back. So basically, you have to start the process from scratch. So however much you paid, let's say you paid $100 for the 25K account, right? Then you have to go restart that process again, right? Yeah, there you go. So we're gonna do some giveaways so you can get some free accounts as well. Um, cool. So we can actually start doing the giveaway now. It's not gonna happen right away, but we can do it right now. So yeah. So what you have to do to enter the giveaway, we're gonna put some names on a wheel. I'm gonna give you guys a tweet, and and then if you can retweet the tweet, like and retweet the tweet, because obviously it's it's them related, right? So I'm gonna share a tweet for you. All I need from you is to retweet the tweet, and so I'm gonna post the link in the chat. Alrighty, retweet the tweet, re-x the X. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. So do this. So that's the link of the tweet in the chat there. So retweet it. When you retweet, just tag hot trades and the name of the firm, which it's also going to be in the message. So tag both of those. Alrighty. Once you do, we'll see your name and then I'll add you on a wheel. Alrighty. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Dan. Yeah, the market's a bit slower, so we can take time and do all of this. Um, yes. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Alrighty. So again, um, so we're gonna do that giveaway. The link is also in the description if you want to sign up for an account. Just make sure you use the code. And yeah, alrighty. Even if you just want to click the link and whatnot and show us some support, click the link as well. And we'll come back to street. So again, retweet the tweet. Make sure you tag hot trades and the name of the prop firm in the tweet. Alrighty. Make sure you do. And once you do, then you'll be entered for the giveaway. We'll put your name in the wheel, and then we should be good to go. Then you should be good to go. Don't worry, we'll do more giveaways. So even if you don't have Twitter, you don't take part in this giveaway, we'll do another giveaway. Cool. Sound good? And if you're like, you know what, screw these giveaways. Yeah. Just tag hot trades and just tag the prop firm as well. It's all in the message, in the description, in the message. I think Rob added that in there. And if you're like, you know what, I don't care. I just want to sign up on my own. I just want to look more into this. If you just want to do more research, click the link at the bottom of the chat there. Alrighty, that's the link of the site in the chat. So click on that. Yeah, we but yeah, the 50, yeah. Yeah, the 50K accounts, the 50K account is definitely the better one. The 25K account, especially in like volatility, might be easier for stocks because we have less volatility as long as you're not going all in, right? So yeah, yeah. So the reason why this prop firm stands out more than the other ones is simply just because of the bonus and the fact that you're able to swing, right? Swing these trades, right? Also, it's stocks and futures, so the three different things, right? So stands out a bit more than the other ones. So again, make sure you do your research, though, right? Make sure you do your research. This could be like a paper trading, start for you. Alrighty. Cool. So UCAR is giving us a bit of a lower high and then retesting that demand zone again. So let's see. Again, I still like this one, LNAI. It just has work to do. You don't see the link for what, Kimbella? Link for the tweet. Again, so if you want to enter the giveaway, retweet the tweet. Just make sure you tag Hot Trades and the name of the prop firm. The name of the prop firm. If you go into the message that Rob posted, he's also tagged both in there. Alrighty, so just do the same thing. So again, you see it now? Okay, yeah. So that's the tweet at the bottom there. Once you do, we'll put your name in the wheels, and then we'll spin the wheel at some point. Alrighty, and then we'll spin, spin, spin. So we'll give it a few minutes, guys. Right. So we're not just gonna run it right away. We'll give it a few minutes. Jax, where you going? You're the one that's slacking because you're leaving. Where are you going? What's this 5 minute appearance? uh, count me in. Let's go, Raven. Yeah. Sometimes too, when you hit your daily goal, isn't prison? Isn't it too early for prison? Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Like all the other fun stuff. Okay. Sounds good. Have a wonderful day, Jax. Thanks for stopping by, and have a good day. See you later. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Anyways, street, street, street. How many times did I say your name, Mr. Street? You belong on the streets, that's really where you belong, on the streets. You really saw the level that said do not buy, sold out, and you're like, you know what, I feel like this is for somebody else. I feel like it's a discount. You really felt like it was a discount, right? If someone said, hey, what's 1 plus 1, what's the answer, Street? What's the answer, Street? We're waiting for your response. What's 1 plus 1? In South Korea, I was watching a video. In South Korea, Kim Jong Un changed the math that 1 plus 1 equals a bigger one. Is that what you were doing in kindergarten?
NUTELLA.
What's the word?
Peanut butter.
Was this you in school? You probably went to the school of uselessness, didn't you? Right? I'm telling you, it's not a joke. Right? Kim Jong Un said 1 plus 1 equals bigger one. That's exactly what you were doing in class. When your teacher was teaching, you were doing other things. That's how you ended up spelling peanut butter like that. You know what? Let's hear a word from the president. Because I think this is what you need.
Don't buy the sold out level. It's not available. That's why it says sold out. Duh. I can't make it any plainer. Stop being a bonehead.
Was this you? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Thank you, Mr. President. Because some of these people need Jesus. Street, you're one of them. uh, Unbelievable. Ah. I know, Dan. I know. So yeah, maybe don't sign up for the level that says sold out, because yeah. Where's Street? Street, where are you? You better go upgrade. Otherwise, yes. It's like, it's like the perfect test. Yeah, the perfect test. You can tell though the market's really slowed down as we're approaching lunchtime. Yeah. Greg is moving back up though. Greg just exploded back up, which is actually really nice. That's a really nice looking chart. Yeah. That's a really nice pop. I'm telling you, this is the Miami scam. The Miami scam stock. Yeah, these candles are nice. That's a really good looking chart. Like the dip itself and the curl, perfect. Right? And then the breakout, also perfect. Right? 220 breakout, beautiful. Beautiful. I think it doesn't quite look like we had a line at 240, but I don't think they're really using that line as anything there. So that is a really nice push. Yeah, that 220 breakout was a really nice spot. That is really, really nice. Congratulations if you got into this. Good job, Kirsten. Good job. I like that. Let's go. Well done. Good job. Good job. I like that you took your profits as well. Well done. I like it. Like I said, so we're gonna do the giveaway, guys. I think if you click on this, it's gonna try and get you to sign up. Right. So the account we're gonna give away for now is gonna be this account. All right. So we're gonna give away this account. Alrighty. So again, the value of that account, right, without the discount, $229. So and then obviously, the 5K signing bonus and whatnot. The company is still setting up like a code so you where you can enter the code and it's basically free. So I'm just letting them reset that already. So and then again, so you might not get the code right away, but you still win. So I'm gonna know alrighty. So like I said, we're gonna do this giveaway. And so keep again to enter the giveaway, you just have to retweet and tag and whatnot. So Rob's checking that stuff, and then Rob will let me know the names to put on the wheel. Okay. Okay. And again, even if you don't have a Twitter account and you can enter the giveaway, we will do other giveaways too. Alrighty? Yeah. Street, that's okay. Go upgrade. So just go back to the same link and change the level. And then it'll let you upgrade. I know not everybody's on stream as well, so um I'm gonna tag you guys in Discord for that giveaway. Uh, Okay. Yeah, it's still playing in that same range still. Let me see. Yeah, Brad, it's still in that same range. It's still holding the low 50s, but it's not really doing anything. You need the link for the retweet. So the link for the retweet. The link for the retweet is right here in the chat. So just click on that Twitter link, retweet, and then you should be good. Yeah, that's the link in the chat. So just retweet that. Again, make sure when you retweet, you tag Hot Trades and tag the prop firm. The Twitter handle is in the tweet as well, so tag them. So tag both. They're both in the message. So tag both, and then once you do, you be hit the like, and then you'll be entered for the giveaway. Alrighty. So again, we're gonna pull up the wheel. Even if you win a free account, honestly, it could just be practice for free monies, right? So it's not that big of a deal, right? Risking nothing, Yeah, zero risk, basically. Me. Rob, give me some names. You see the names, Rob? Let me know. Still got movement. It does, but it's stuck in the range, right? Like it's not going anywhere. It's still holding the same bottom, right? Yeah. So it's still like it is holding the bottom though, which is good. Yeah. Dan, you need to get an account and practice and have fun with it and give us some feedback. Oh, react. Yeah. So I don't even know what it's called now. I think it's still called a retweet. Okay. Perfect. So we're gonna throw some names in the wheel, guys. So these are the names that are currently in the wheel: Ivana, John, Brad, Lil Chito. Lil Chito is in the wheel. Peter is in the wheel. Winterfell is in the wheel. Red is in the wheel. Jay, Frankie is in the wheel. Stevens is in the wheel. Tico in the wheel. Ibrahim, Luna. Anybody missing? Let us know if you're missing. That's you, Lil Chito. Raven, but nobody knows though. Nobody knows who your name is in this. Oh, Steve Raven is right there. Yes. Okay, do they know? Nobody knows now. Dan says I want to be included. Dan? Yeah. I want to buy a vowel, please. I would like to buy a vowel, please. Yeah. How do you enter for the giveaway? So again, if you want to enter the giveaway, retweet the tweet. Retweet the tweet. Alrighty. So again, this is the link for the tweet. So just retweet it. Make sure you tag Hot Trades and the prop firm in the tweet. Make sure you do that. Once you do, then your name will be entered. So we'll run this in 5 minutes. Alrighty. So don't tell me to put your name. You just have to do the thing, and then Rob will let me know. Cool. Again, Kirsten, good job on taking profits in this. Good job. Good job. So we'll go back to that in 5 minutes and spin it. If you don't have Twitter, guys, this is just the first giveaway, right? We'll do more giveaways. Cool. So don't worry about it. We'll do other giveaways. So there's more names on the wheel now that I'm gonna add already. So yeah. Add some more names in the wheel. Add don't know why I did that. That's pretty because I copied them, that's why. Okay, there we go. So Kimbella's in, Grateful Dad, Cyberpunk, Sasha's in there, Chance is in there. So we have a whole bunch of names in the wheel already. We have a whole bunch of names in the wheel. Yeah, Eddie. Yeah. No, it doesn't matter. You can tell us, right? Yeah, you can tell us. UC, is your name not in here? What's your Twitter name? Twitter name. You don't see your name R? What's your Twitter name? No, Rob. That's why I say 5 minutes, because Rob's gonna work. Rob's looking for your names already, and then we'll spin the wheel. Don't you worry. If you did it, we won't miss you. Yeah, if you did it, we won't miss. So it looks like this one really struggled. Again, look at this, right? That $3 level for BIAF. Again, don't get greedy with these stocks, guys, please. You see resistance, you take the money and you move on. Yeah. Tim says, do better. Do better. Yeah, everything is just kind of slowed down for now, which is fine. NLF is doing okay, but those guys haven't. Those guys look like they have some suspiciousness around them, though. So be careful with that one. Yeah, that Steve guy needs to win. Pizza is in the wheel. Rob wanted to remove you, Pizza, because of all the roasting. All the roasting. So again, no rush. We just don't want to miss anybody, so we'll give it a few minutes, and then we'll spin the wheel. Not yet. Yeah, Rob can see your messages, so Rob will tell me if UC is in there, and yeah. Money Toes, what's your position in JTAI? It just hasn't done anything today, like we liked it coming into the open because it looked good, but it just, it didn't do anything, and yeah. I think for now, like, just watch 10 cents. If it can stay above 10 cents, put a stop loss right below 10 cents. Right below 10 cents. Alrighty? Right below. Okay, so FLYX. Dang, 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 dang. Those are a lot of names. Yeah, I see more names in there now. But I mean, it is a $200 giveaway, so yeah. Yeah, it is a $200 giveaway. So I'm not surprised there are a lot of names in there. Someone will win. And I just need to remove these things because they all add up in there. So, but then they don't really count. So they make the wheel a bit more clustered. Yeah, let me know if your name is missing in here. Alrighty. Let me know if your name is missing. I think we should. I think we should have all. I think we should have all the names in there. I think we're missing some names actually from the list you sent me, Rob. Mm. Who's Joe Smith? Is that Dan? Dan? Yeah, we're missing two names. Be creative. I think that's it though. I think that's what we're missing. Ibrahim, that's you. Uh, that's you, HL. Okay. UC Gaming, UCF. Don, did you post as well? Again, so we're not just adding your names because we feel like we want to add your names. You actually have to retweet and. Anyways, we'll run the giveaway in another minute. I'll give Rob. Rob is going through all your names already, so I'll let Rob. Give Rob a second to see if there's anything else that's on the that anybody else, and then we'll go from there. So the next time we come to the wheel, we're gonna run the giveaway. Like I said, we're gonna do more giveaways, so don't worry. We'll leave those names on there in case we want to use those same names. Alrighty, so even if you don't win, don't don't be sad. Uh, and then there's AA. Who's AA? A dot A. Who's that? This is a bribe. I've been bribed, guys. I've been bribed. You know what? Since there's a bribe, since there's a bribe, you know, I'm collecting bribes. Oh, larger bribe. I have a bigger bribe. Remove, remove, remove. Remove. Peter's out. Yep. Oh, bigger bribe. Yep. Actually, the same bribe. Raven is in there. 50-50 chance. 50-50. Hey, I like this game. Oh my days. There's an even bigger bribe. Oh, yes. Unreal. Yes, there's a bribe now. Well, unfortunately, guys, I can only spin the wheel. There's only one color in the wheel. So what do you want me to do? There was a video of the president or someone in one of the African countries, and then he was like, "Hey, is your country corrupt?" And he was like, "Well, our country is just one of the other corrupt countries in the rest of the world." Dan owns this channel. Only for the names of. This is rigged. What a scam. Yes. Yes. There we go. Well, well, unfortunately, yeah. Uh, that's too funny. That's too funny. Any bigger bribes? Any bigger bribes? You guys crack me up, yep. I know, right? Dominate? Yes. Any bigger bribes? You have 1 minute to match before we spin the wheel, and there's only one name in the wheel. So you know what happens when you spin the wheel with one name? It's gonna do this and this and this. It's gonna say the winner is congratulations. You know? Yes. Yes. Who makes the cookies, Chance? Yes. You know how many cookies I can buy now? Oh my days. Chocolate chip cookies, peanut butter cookies, Nutella cookies. I want to recount. No, we're kidding. We're kidding, by the way. We're kidding. We're kidding. All jokes aside, the names are all back in there. Your name is in there, UC. UCS. Yeah, your name is in there. We're kidding. We're kidding. If Dan wins, like, how rigged would that be? I have no control over the wheel, by the way. All I do is spin the wheel and it lands somewhere. And you repost it. Did you make sure you did you tag the hot trades and the firm in there, Ahmad? uh, yeah. Did you MJ? Did you tag and did you do the Twitter thing? Rob, just maybe do one more check, Rob, and see if anybody's new in there, so we don't miss anybody. So we don't miss anybody. Hurry up! I need to poo. You did? Okay. Yeah. Let me know, Rob, and then we'll do the giveaway. We're gonna you know what I'm gonna do though, for those people that sent a super chat. I'm gonna make sure your names are in there for sure though. So wrinkled. So that's our form of, of how do you spell that? That's our form of bribe. Alrighty. Yeah. So I think Peter was also in there, and Dan's name is already in there. Raven is not in there. So, well, Raven is Steve. So yeah, the bribe gets you two names in there. So your odds of winning. We collected bribes. The odds of winning went up. So I think those were the people though. Yeah. So yes. So yeah. Um MJ, what's your Twitter handle? Eddie, what's your Twitter handle? Let us know so we can confirm before we spin the wheel. Can I bribe with Girl Scout cookies? Your daughter is selling them? Yes. Yes, JC. Yes. I think that's it. I think it was just MJ and yeah. So let us know, confirm your Twitter handles, and then so we can check, and then we'll spin the wheel. While we're doing this, all honestly, the stocks are just going sideways, anyways, right? They're all just going sideways, so it's not like we're really missing out on anything. Maybe we're missing out on like SWMR, but that's about it though, right? UKAR is just going sideways. It's like, hey, you guys do this first, then we'll come back. So SWMR. Why is that? Oh, that's the IPO, guys. SWMR was an IPO from today. I was checking the IPO list this morning, and it was on the list. It's a $5 IPO, but they obviously didn't do that. They did some fishy business. Interesting. Yeah, the drone IPO. Yeah, Rob, can you check those and let me know, please? MJ and Eddie. MJ and Eddie. This channel's integrity has gone out the window, Dan. Out the window. Everywhere. Really? Well, thank you, Go. Thank you. Yeah, I think that's why the data isn't available, because it's not available on most platforms. But it is halted up though. Yeah, it's set for liquidation only. That's weird that they're doing that. I don't see a MJ. Yeah. So Rob doesn't see that. So Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I like it. Yeah, no, that's okay though, because some people don't have Twitter. So, like I said, we're gonna do this giveaway for Twitter, but then the next giveaway is gonna be, something else. Then the next giveaway is gonna be something else, and then something else. Yeah, it's because maybe it's a private account, MJ. Yeah, your account is private, maybe. Okay, so we're gonna spin the wheel, guys. Again, so what we're giving away is this account right here. Alrighty, so we're giving away the 25K account that's worth $229. Basically, what this is, it's a it's a futures account, a funded account, right? So you can trade stocks or futures with that account. You get to use someone else's money, $25,000 of someone else's money, and if you can prove to them that you can pass, then you get the real account. So it's like a two-step process, right? First step is you have to get to, like, you have to make $3,000. Actually, I think $3,000 is on the 50K. I think on this specific account, you have to make like $1,500 or something. If you can prove to them that you can make that, then you actually pass the account. Then you get a signing bonus of, that's a nice signing bonus, right? But if you lose more than this, then the account goes to zero and you have to start from scratch. Alrighty, cool, cool. And then these are some other benchmarks, right? Like once you pass the account, you're making $65 a day. You should be able to hit those benchmarks, right? And if you're profitable, the benchmark, like if you're making 5 profitable days, right? You progress to the next benchmark, right? So stuff like that, right? These apply to futures, but for stocks, it doesn't quite apply, right? And then if you blow the account, you can always reset the account for $100. But again, these are other things. Alrighty, yeah. Yeah, they make money because people usually don't have the discipline to actually take the time and say, "Hey, I'm just gonna make $100." That's how these firms make money, right? Because people go all in. They're like, "Oh, all in," right? And then you lose $1,200, and then the account is done, right? Then you have to start from scratch and go pay another $200, right? That's how. Yeah, yeah. So there you go. So yeah. Alrighty, are you guys ready to spin the wheel? Ready? Let's spin the wheel. It would be nice if we like the wheel could last longer, but let's spin it. So the winner for the giveaway, guys. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Who is it? Oh, Winterfell or red? Oh, it's gonna be red. Congratulations. That was close. Congratulations, red. Alrighty. Red has to be in the chat to claim the giveaway, though. Red has to be in the chat to claim the Can you imagine if one of the people that sent a super chat won the giveaway? How is it rigged? How is this rigged? How is this rigged? Throw me in there. The giveaway. So we're gonna remove red. Red, congratulations. That was close. That was very close between Winterfell and red. That was very close. It's like right on the line. So again, congratulations, red. Unlike, congratulations. Like I said, we're gonna do a lot more giveaways with this. So this is just the first. And then the next giveaway, we're just gonna do, I don't know, something else. Alrighty. So congratulations. And yeah. Send me or Rob a DM in Discord, Red. And then when the code is ready, I will send you the code so you can sign up. Alrighty. When the code is actually ready, we'll send you a code so you can sign up. And then go from there. Alrighty. So maybe we'll do another giveaway again tomorrow or whenever. Cool. Again, if you simply just want to get the discount though, because it's a 60% off discount. Right. If you want to get the discount and sign up on your own, this is the link in the chat. So if you simply just want to click the link and do some research, click the link at the bottom of the chat as well. Alrighty. Cool. And then go from there. We can move on now. We're good to go. So the code, by the way, if you want to sign up, is HTX for 60% off. Alrighty. So that's the code. Cool. Okay. Yeah. That was a good time to do the giveaway because everything was super. The markets was slower now. I missed the meeting for this rubbish. Pizza. You really wanted to win, huh? Choo, choo, choo. Okay, perfect. Okay. Perfect. $50 when you have to share for it. Leave Dan alone. What's Peter's real job? Peter's a market maker, by the way. Peter's a market maker. Yes, when we joke about market maker, Peter's the market maker in the chat. Insurance by switching to Geico. I'm joining the Discord. Let's go, Skunk. Come on. That's funny. Um, yeah. So yeah, no. So we'll leave those names in the wheel for later on. Aaron, yeah, like I said earlier, right? If that thing can just stay above that 10 cents, it might have a chance. Just make sure your stop loss is right below 10 cents. This is a Raven type play. Thank you all very much for the super chats, though. Right? Well, maybe we'll do some other fun things with the super chat later on. Yeah, maybe we'll rig it and put like Dan and Peter and Raven and Wrinkle on the wheel next time. You know? Yes. Yeah. So yeah, 10 cents wasn't bad if you're willing to take the gamble. Just because 10 cents is a psychological bottom there. So see if we can stay above. UKAR is still just sitting in that demand zone. I think we're approaching lunchtime, so it's a bit slower like it usually is. So we'll just kind of watch those levels for now. LNAI again, this thing did well. I think honestly, this stock gave everybody an opportunity to sell at the right time with the T-Rexing and everything else. So if you got greedy on this, that's a problem. So for now, like we said earlier, this morning, your next support is 48 cents. Why is it 48 cents? Because this level here, this was that first high, 48 cents, and then we broke out. So now we broke below the last support, but this new support is holding up well. Alrighty. Wrinkle is trying to get those odds up, to being added to the wheel. Let's go, Wrinkle. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. To join forces, just saying, I'm gonna rig it. Unbelievable. I will put Dan and Peter and everybody else with the super chat and the wheel. We'll make it happen. Thank you, Wrinkle. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Is it a good time to scale in? Potentially, as long as it stays above that 80 cents area, as long as it holds 80 cents. Nick, yeah. What of trading they allow? What type of trading? Stocks and futures. So you know how Dan plays with futures all day, right? Like SPY futures, Nasdaq futures, oil futures, like Sunday, nighttime, right? Futures, you can play with those. Like when Iran is, doing things over there, or the US, you can play with those, or you can simply just play with the stocks, right? That we're playing with, right? Then if we have any issues, we can go back and complain to them, like, hey, what the hell is this? You know what I mean? We can go back and complain. Okay. Lord have mercy, Jay. I'm not gonna look. Yeah, those are. If you guys have questions like that, I can always ask. Yeah, so you can see like it's testing that 80 cents, right, for UCAR, all the way down to the bottom of the range. All the way down to the bottom of the range. Can you take a moment? No, that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. We can talk about them a little bit. Yeah, sure. BIF, ooh, nice comeback. That's a nice comeback of the 200 there. Nice, 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 nice. Nice, very nice. Yeah, I think these stocks were just waiting for us. They're like, hey, do the giveaway. This is how you can tell the market makers. Are market makers are part of the community. The market makers are in this community. They were busy entering the giveaway as well. Criminals, criminals. Wow, unbelievable. So Skunk, welcome to the community. 1 second, I'm trying to close this out. I think you signed up for the right level, right, Skunk? For some reason, it's not popping up for me. I think you signed up for the right level. Trading futures, start small and work your way up. Yep, exactly. Yeah, you can always use this account as your test to futures, right? Yeah, you could use that account as like your test to futures. Yeah, honestly, like I don't know what Trump. I think really like yeah, yeah. But if you want the goat, you can always upgrade to the goat later. But anyways, though, Skunk, thank you, Luna. Welcome, Skunk, to the community. This is your invite. So click this invite at the bottom of the chat. It's showing up in a second here. So click it and then follow the steps in the getting started channel already. And then at some point, watch the onboarding video. How to day trade. Nael, just keep watching and keep asking questions if you have any. Alrighty. In terms of like explanation for the moving averages, I think that's what you're asking for, JC, right? So we're not going to get into detail of like what they mean, right, and all of that, right? Just surface level stuff. But so the white line you see at the bottom there, that's the 200 EMA, right? That's like your trend indicator. So most of the time, what I tell people is even if a stock is dying, I don't care that it's dying. As long as it stays above this magic white line, to me, I'm still okay with it, right? So because that's like your trend indicator, it tells you like, hey, well, still okay, right? We're still fine. Once we break below that line, though, I think we start to get problems, like big problems, right? Yeah, just you on YouTube. No, that's okay. Keep watching YouTube videos and asking questions. That's how you start, right? The 50 EMA, the 50 EMA is the yellow, is the orange yellow looking one you see right there. So that's your 50 right there. Alrighty. The 9 EMA is like your short-term momentum indicator, right? Which is the 9 EMA right there. So it's nice when it crosses back above because it kind of regains momentum. So the blue one you see is your 9 EMA. So again, 9 EMA, 50 EMA, right? 200 EMA, directional EMA, and then you have the VWAP, kind of like your mean reversion, a resistance support, mean reversion, all of them combined. I know it doesn't make a whole lot of sense probably because maybe you're new, but yeah, more YouTube videos will go into more details for you. But yeah. Alrighty. There's actually a long video. We spent an hour. One of the classes, we talked about how EMAs work, right? We talked about the differences, right? We talked about what to do with them, stuff like that. That's where the whole ancestor thing comes into play, right? Like if we go below this, your grandma doesn't like you. If we go below this, your parents don't even like you, right? So stuff like that. So we've done a lot of talking about EMAs. So there's a pretty long class on that already. Yeah, UCAR is not really consolidating anymore, is it? Like it's just dipping, right? Just dipping, just dipping. But you know what's bouncing though? LNAI is bouncing off that 48 cents, but it needs to get back above, right? The VWAP and the 200 and the downtrend and the 50. So it has work to do. Good, JC. Yeah, yeah. Whenever you're ready, come join us in Discord, and you'll learn a lot more. A lot more. A lot more. Yeah, UCAR had to stay above that 80 level. It might reclaim that level, but it's breaking below, so that's a bit of a red flag. But again, to me, these stocks always give you a sign of, weakness. Yeah, and then hopefully this one keeps giving us higher lows, BIAF, and then go from there. Yeah, it looks like actually HCWB and AIRS. Yeah, like the stocks from yesterday, right? Yeah. Let's see. Mm. Yeah, Trump. I don't know why Trump feels the need to always, always be yapping, always be yapping. Like, dude, we don't really care about your yapping. Just stop it. Get a cookie, get a nap, something, something. Just go enjoy the day or something. We don't need you yapping left and right every day. But what does he do? He yaps every day. Yap, yap, yap. Definitely needs a cookie, JC. Seriously, SB. Is there anything that dude doesn't monetize? He is a businessman after all. You know that SWMR stock? That thing just keeps going up even though people can't seem to get in. Raven, are you still in this one? Yeah, ETSA is also doing really well. Quite a few names from like the past coming back today, actually. Yeah, these levels still work really nicely. Even though we haven't looked at this today, the levels are still perfect, right? So nice break of of 685 and then a retest and then pop. So that's a really nice pop on ETSA there. SWMR is halted. Was anybody able to get into that one? SWMR. Yeah, application pending. Oh, okay. Skunk. Thank you for the reminder. There you go. So you should be good to go. You just have to follow the steps now. Yeah. So yeah, $8 resistance on ETSA though. $8 resistance on ETSA. It appears my bribe was ineffective. For now, Dan. In the future, yes, yes. You need to send one to Trump so he can stop yapping. Tell him to eat a broccoli or something if cookies don't work. Eat a broccoli. Eat some greens. So many random pops now. Even OCG is popping. You tried it with 5 brokers, unable to trade? Yeah. I can't even pull up the data on TradingView, so that's not amazing. Right, so let me Google. Yahoo Finance is gonna have that information. But yeah, so they're gonna have that data, but the brokers don't. So that's kind of annoying, isn't it? But it's up a lot. Can you imagine though? Like if we could trade this damn thing, guys? Can you imagine? That's a nice pump, isn't it? The IPO was $5. It never opened at $5. never, never even saw below $10. So, Shangar, what's your position? What's your question though? Like, what's your position here? Right? You can see that your next support is $1.80. So if we can stay above that level, you should be okay. But I'm still not sure what your question or your position is. So let me know. Alrighty. Since I didn't win. Yeah, UKAR is slowly coming back. It's retesting like they always do. So to me, in my opinion, whenever a stock breaks below the 200 EMA, I know it's going to come back for the retest at some point, right? But if it gets rejected, then it potentially dies. Yeah. Yeah, so see if we can reclaim that 200 EMA there for UKAR. And again, guess what? Right? Do you see what just happened on this thing? Right? On LNAI, right? When we have a solid base at a specific level, right? When we have a solid base and we break below that base, you want to be very careful. When it goes up to that same level, that level is definitely going to be resistance. And if they reject it, you want to be very concerned because if it closes below this level, the stock is going to be done, right? So that rejection is difficult, so it needs to stay above that level. Alrighty, so that 48 cents for support, and then ETSA, that's a solid rejection, that $8. But again, we knew this was resistance already because of that line and because of the past. Yep. So we'll see. One of these names will definitely run into the end of the day, but and here's LIDR still holding $2, right? So that $2 base has been really good. It's been very, very good if it can stay above it. Are we still on? Yes, Shane. Yes, yes. We shall see. Dang, Exa really got rejected there. Ish. This is always a weird time of the day, you know. Always a very weird time. One. Yeah. Did I see Hangout General? No comments. No comments. I'm just gonna mind my own business, you know. Trump speaking live in he's okay. No wonder the markets are struggling. No wonder they're fluctuating back and forth. Because Mr. Yapper McGee, yeah. Yeah, it's bouncing off the 180 support, right? So I think that was kind of your question then, maybe, Shangar, right? So again, a dollar 80 is your support. So as long as it stays above that, that's fine. Your next resistance is 220 though. 220. So NYC 220 resistance. No comments. Greg has been really nice today, actually. Really, really nice. I like the way the chart has been, performing. Again, this is why I keep saying, even when we're getting dips and we're still above the 200 EMA, like it's always a good thing. Whereas when you're getting dips and it's below the 200 EMA, it can be very suspicious. Very, very suspicious. Let's see, what did Trump say earlier? Trump says most NATO allies have told the US they do not want to get involved in the war with Iran, and added the US does not need or want military help from NATO. Nah, 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 nah. I mean, they're not wrong. Um, they're not wrong. You know what I mean? Like you can't just attack another country and be like, hey, they have nuclear weapons, and then ask other countries to come in, and then threaten to increase tariffs. Like that's just childish behavior, you know. Like these are other countries that have their own people and their own, like things to yeah. Maybe start with, providing your data to these countries, and then they can be like, oh dang, you know what? This is true. We need to do something about this. Right? You know what I mean? Like provide evidence, and then you guys can come up with a plan. Not like, okay, not like you just go and then you're like, okay, come guys, come. Come. They're slapping us. They're slapping us. Come on, come help us. And also, they don't need any help because the US has more power than probably all of these countries combined. Like they're not wrong. The US doesn't need help probably. They're just there yapping, just yapping about rubbish. The US probably spends more on military and than all of these other countries combined. So they have the strongest military. So leave a next thing one of these countries goes in there and then Iran sends them a rocket. And they have no way of protecting themselves. And then they're like, see, yeah. Evan said, before we Tyler, I guess that's another thing too, right? Like, I've always said like my opinions are, from a point of ignorance. You're probably not wrong. Maybe that element of surprise, right? So yeah, maybe. I don't know. Who knows? Do. I think like I don't know. the only thing I don't like for the most part is just the constant like tweeting about rubbish. You guys have ambassadors and diplomats and all of those people to kind of go back and forth. You know, those doesn't need to be ending up on Twitter every second. It's like, oh, they didn't help us tweet. Oh no, just leave, dude. No, but you understand like why these countries would say no, right? Because maybe they don't know Tyler, right? Like think about it from like as an American, yeah, like fine, right? But think about it as these other countries, they would want that information. Maybe they don't have that data. Yeah. And again, you guys probably know more, especially if you've been in the military. You probably know more than I do, than we do. So your opinion is a bit more. I'm just yapping because I think they can handle the stuff a little bit better than tweeting about it. Is all. Because I'm pretty sure if they had nuclear weapons, I think like we all would want them to do something about it. That's for sure. I don't think anybody would want to be sleeping at night and like and see sunshine and then see darkness. Sunshine and darkness, but at the same time, I think, yeah. But anyways, this stock is just flying though. Look at this, guys. $23 on this. Damn. Again, let me know if you're able to find a way to get into this. Cause let me know if you're able to find a way to get into this crazy stock. This thing is just going and going. Good job, Greg. Wow. I'm telling you, Greg is like a monster today, he's just cooking. Yes. You can on Schwab? Wow. Schwab let you buy it? That's crazy. Yeah, Schwab is like TD basically. So TD, like TD you can. I think that's one of the reasons I like TD because I really never have any issues with these stocks. But also I think like when like in other countries we have less restrictions. You guys have a lot of restrictions. I've only had an issue once with an IPO that I had to wait like 2 hours after the IPO came live to get in. But for the most part, like yeah. Yeah, probably Tyler. Probably. To look at the chart, it looks like a buy is possible, Benji. Okay. Yeah, the damn thing is flying. Look at that, 400%. Wow. And it looks like it's halted up. Nope, it's not halted. Just be careful with stuff like this, though. The spread is going to be crazy. Yeah. You did buy some, Nancy? Okay, nice. Yeah, just be careful. Don't try not to get too greedy with this one because it's going to be all over the place and a bit more difficult to predict. This is why, honestly, when I look at the IPO list and I see something on the list that's $5, I usually like it. This is the only $5 IPO. Maybe this can wake up the other IPOs. I like when it's a nobody and it's $5. There's always a chance. When it's like, JP Morgan, all of the big boys and it's a $18, $20 IPO, that tends to be, unless it's a really good company, it tends to be useless. Tends to be very useless. Looks like it's kind of going back and forth here though, from 23 to 26, back and forth. Oh damn, yeah, OCG. Yeah, a lot of these names are a lot of those names are spiking left and right from the bottom to the top in one candle. Hmm. Here comes 26 again. uh, I'll take a look in a second, Aaron. Well, 2669. Yeah, again, like I said, just be careful with this, please. Alrighty, looks good though. The float, if I remember, was 13 million is what it is. That's the float. Looks like JTI has actually done a really good job. Coming back off that 10 cents. Raven, are you still in this one? Actually, no, it's still in that same range, 11 cents. Damn. Yeah, the craziness, craziness. If they actually let it, be tradable at $5, this could have been a really fun IPO. Could have been a really fun IPO. What time is my Discord? Discord's 24/7. 24/7. Discord is open every day, 24/7. Street, why? What happened? Did the markets crash again? Is Trump yapping again? Here comes 28. Looking good. SWMR. Sheesh. This is one of those one share FOMO type stocks. Do, 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 do. 28. 450% is nice to look at though, even though that's not the story. Right? You're in for 4 shares. Yeah, that's the way to do it. That's really the way to do it, like a small gamble. Like you're not about to get screwed on this. And obviously, like it's halted up now, right? 27.72 halted up. So, yep. Mm, do, 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 do. Do. Yeah, and if you took a gamble, you're definitely happy about it. 85. Look for a new penny stock. You got in at 24 as well, Nancy. Out at 27. 40 shares. That is nice, Nancy. That is very nice. SWMR. Yeah, that's not bad. Do, 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 do. Yeah, I think the reason why things like this happen though is because the they randomly bring out these IPOs. They randomly bring out these IPOs when like they haven't fully given all the data to some of these firms. Yeah. Do, 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 do. You are at 26, 7, 6, 6. Okay, nice. But no data from TradingView. Yeah, TradingView doesn't show any data yet. Craziness, craziness. Yeah, no, the way to do it is, you take that smaller gamble, not a big risk, and then hope that it works out. Looks like UKAR is trying to get back above that 200 EMA, which is really important. Yeah, you never know, Nancy. Sometimes when it's difficult for people to buy, it can do really well. Yeah. Uh, that allow getting your hands on IPOs early. Yeah, like most platforms do, like pre-IPOs, right? So Robinhood does it, Weibo does it. Those are the main two that allow you to get into pre-IPOs easily. Easily. People are go big. Yeah. Have these been 5 minutes IPOs, Winterfell, or they're like random IPOs? Uh, so this might actually create a yeah. Let's see if this creates a theme play though, right? So that's a drone IPO, by the way, if you're wondering. As a LNAI is also coming back, so that's a drone IPO. I wonder if some of the other drone plays will start moving as well. Um, right, if we look at some like drone plays, maybe. Uh, oh, there we go, guys. There we go. Look at MOB. MOB is a drone stock. So if SWMR keeps going, this is a drone stock. So the other one's at $30 now. Damn, craziness. Just be careful with MOB though. Like that's gonna be a quick scalpy, no diamond hands because you're gonna end up holding a bag. $29. But if this one keeps going though, if this one keeps going, MOB is definitely something to keep an eye on, right? Something to keep an eye on because they're kind of in the same group. So if you look at what MOB does, right? So MOB is I'm just trying to zoom out here. MOB is an end-to-end provider of cybersecurity and smart solutions for drones, right? Robotics and blah 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 blah, right? So yeah, but again, just be careful because the volume isn't quite there and the spread is big. So just make sure you protect yourself. It looks interesting. You can tell people are catching on to that, right? Probably you guys FOMOing into this, but yeah, be very careful, please. We're always looking for ways to benefit from the main play, right? Especially if you can't get into the main play, you look for another way to do it. Yeah, the spread is crazy. So just be safe. Just be careful, please. Right? Even though it's not safe, we always look for those opportunities. I think that's more so something to look. If this one goes crazy, then we go look at MOB. For now, just be safe. Uh, yeah, so it looks like they rejected it at 30. uh, Do you see what you've done now, Jay? Now Dan's making action figures. Hello, Stumpy. He's able to neutralize the enemy's ingots. Wow. 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 Really? And it costs $15, that's it? Wow. You know what? I'm gonna stop going to Hangout General. I'm not going there anymore. This is halted down, guys. SWMR is halted down. So 30 to 25 halt down. Zena, a drone play that had news this morning as well. Yeah, I think again you would need this one to go crazy. Like start breaking 30 and pushing, and then some of the other ones will follow. Right? Because for now, like people are just kind of looking, but there's not a whole lot of interest yet in the other drone plays. You know, yeah. So that's yeah. Again, it's back to $6, right? So that initial quick reaction there, you want to be careful. BIAF still looks good holding that 200 EMA though. The 200 EMA. Oh, Dan, you know what? I have nothing to say. Nothing. Nothing to say at all. It's a nice cost to borrow number, Rob. For ETSA. Cost to borrow 207%. Short interest 25. Virus. Let me take a look. We'll set an alert for this one here on a breakout, maybe. And then we can come back to that for MOB. Let me take a look at MU though. Paris, are you holding options or shares? MU's been such a nice stock. Where's Jericho? Jericho's still in that position? Damn. Look at MU, guys. What a beast. What a beast. Wow. Damn. MU's just been such a strong stock. Such a strong stock. MU was posted in the yeah. MU was posted as one of the stocks we liked over the weekend, right? End of the week remains yeah. What an absolute beast. Yeah, the last earnings as well was that's kind of where it turned around and cooked. MU is actually they've done well for the most part on earnings, even when it does dip. Will run in the after hours. I don't think we really have the answer to that question, though. Go. Like it needs to start showing you some things like now. I would say yeah, if it could stay above this bottom, then maybe. LFS is coming too. LFS is a crazy crackhead stock. That thing has some history of some crazy candles. LFS. Uh, MU is a beast. Virus, I think either way you're going to be okay. You know what, Raven? Don't support this behavior. Don't support this, please. Yep. I think that's the only downside. It's a double top. I think if something was to cook though, MU is the only exception here. This is the exception. It's definitely a double top, right? I think this is the only red flag on the stock. But if something was gonna break out, MU would be the one. Because honestly, like as much as we like Nvidia or Tesla and things like that, they usually don't do anything too crazy, you know. But this one has that history of like doing crazy things. But again, it just depends. How did Danielle? Not always. Sometimes, yeah, not always though. Right? Yeah. Not always. But sometimes it's gonna be pretty. Most of the time, Danielle is pretty obvious what most of the time. If you watch the stream for a day, you're gonna know what we're looking for here. Yeah, go as long as it stays above 47. I know yeah, yeah. If it can stay above this bottom here, I think you just want it to not create any new lows. Go. Just think of the possibilities. Unbelievable. I want royalties. Royalties. $1. Yeah, no. LNAI is trying to come back. So is UCAR. UCAR failed at the 50 and the 200 EMA, which is why this level is so important, right? That magic white line is so important. Like we said so many times, when you go below that level, it's such a problem to get back above it. So especially when you have multiple lines, kind of coming together at the same spot, like the 200 and the 50. Oof. Unbelievable. Yeah, NYC. Uh, mm. Irishmen and women for long term. Yeah, sounds good. Is that stock still halted? Yeah, it's still halted at 25. So see what happens after the unhalt. St. Patrick's Day. Yeah. 52. At least you only down a penny now, though, Joshua. At least you only down a penny. So it looks like they resumed it, and it's at 22.50 now. And back to 24. Pop crawl. And there it goes again. Back to 25. Nice comeback, actually. PK, do you have a question? Help me out. What's your question? 26. That's a nice bounce. Wow. Very nice. Very, very nice. And it's halted up, isn't it? Yup. 26.10 halted up. Yep. Mm, mm, mm. 16% today after earnings. Do you think it can have more momentum, Andy? Are you in it? Yeah, so those earnings are tomorrow, virus. It's gonna be interesting. Sheesh. I'm gonna send an alert here for a breakout on MU. I'm gonna set an alert if they slap it as well. Okay, Getty images. Yeesh. The stock has been beat down, hasn't it? At least it came off the bottom though. That's good. You can kind of tell though that it's been to this level. This is the third time now that it's had a run and failed in the 90s. Richie, not Richie, Andy. Yeah. At the very least, you can tell that it's found somewhat of a bottom though in the 70s, so that's good at least, right? So can it get more momentum? It definitely can if it can break out. I think your key here will be breaking and holding 92, Andy. Yeah, it's gonna keep getting halted, unfortunately. Every time it moves like that by a few dollars, they're gonna halt it. Yeah. Okay, sounds good, Andy. Can you tell Trump is watching the stream, guys? Trump really wanted to say tomato rock. Trump says as soon as the war is over, oil prices will drop like a rock. He really wanted to say tomato rock. But then he was like, you know what? I can't give it away, so I'm not gonna. Uh, mm, 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 mm. I mean, he says the same rubbish every day, though. He's like he said that every day now for the last week. Like, okay, when the war's done, oil prices will. When the war is done, oil will drop. Oh, like I think I'm not saying he's saying anything wrong, right? He's not wrong. I'm just saying, do you need to say that every day though? Because at the end of the day, people will by midterms, if oil prices haven't dropped and the gas is still high, you're gonna find out who votes for you. That's just it. So you can keep yapping that stuff on social media, but I think when people go to vote, right, and inflation's higher, the 401ks are dropping, and they're paying more for energy, you'll find out soon enough. Trump will be spelling Nutella on. Anyways, no, he usually does. Trump is good for the markets. He's usually very good at pumping the markets. So I think this is just a short term opportunity, thing. Yeah. Since you hit 53 all-time highs. Yep. He's not wrong. But then again, honestly, the markets rarely care who's president. The markets were flying when Biden was president, and that dude was sleeping 9 out of 10, He was walking and sleeping and falling on the bike, and the markets were still cooking. So the people that really control the markets, the most important thing is at the very base of it, right? There's inflation, right? You print this money, so it doesn't matter who's printing the money. That money is going to end up in the markets. So, anyways, on halted here for SWMR. Uh, so here comes that test of 27 again. Yep. Where can you see the chart? Your broker might be able to have it up for you, but TradingView is definitely here goes on. Here goes the $28, guys. Damn. Damn. Yeah, I'm telling you, like this stock is such a crackhead. This LFS stock. When it starts moving, it really starts moving. But the volume needs to be a bit higher. And it looks like Greg is coming back from $2 again. Why? Because it does that, for the third time now. So Greg, other Greg, did you get back in this again? Yeah, I like the way this one's been moving. This stock was made for Greg. Craig and Greg. Yeah, so that $2 level, perfect. Ah, unbelievable. I'm gonna block that channel. Oh, Don? Yeah, from the village. From the village. This thing keeps failing at $30 though. If it breaks about $30, I think you're gonna see names actually start moving as sympathies. Yeah. Is it a new stock, Richie? Yeah, it's a brand new IPO. Mm. 27 again, 28. Did anybody buy the dip on this? Anybody buy the dip? Yeah, like I said, just be careful. If you play with this, make sure it's a small position. Because if this thing starts dropping, if it breaks below $20, you better run. You better take your shoes off, take your underwear off. You're not gonna need it. You need less resistance. Right? If this thing starts moving to the downside, you better take everything off and start running because you're gonna get entered. But now though, it looks like it wants to push. See if it actually breaks $30 though. I wins the dip you mean by looking at the chart, right? Yeah, I'm not even gonna look at Dan's stuff. I'm gonna pretend I don't see Dan. Some steak and that sounds amazing, late. That sounds amazing. That's the perfect afternoon, you know? The perfect afternoon. I like that. I like it. We have about another 15 minutes or so, guys. Closer to 10, and then we'll hop off and go back to Discord. Alrighty? Yeah. 280. You're in at 280 stupidly, but it's kind of 280. Yeah. Yeah, your entry is definitely not the best, right? I wish you were in closer to 260, closer to 250. Um, for now, as long as it stays above that 200 EMA, this is what we've been paying attention to, right? The 200 EMA. So, right in between 260 and 250. So make sure you have a stop loss. If it can stay above that level, there's a chance. Alrighty. I'm telling you, this could be huge. Ah, unbelievable. The tequila? Yes. Yes, skunk. Yes. Yeah, when we get off the stream, we're gonna go to Stock General. You know, not I'm kidding. Yeah, no, when you're spamming rubbish, make sure you go to Hangout General, because that's general chat, right? But for stocks, yeah, Stock General. And then for options, again, watch the onboarding video. Green beer, yeah. Happy St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day. Back order for years. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Na, 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 na. Yeah, this is looking good. Yeah, it looks like it's breaking through the 20 level there. Right? Yeah, that's this stock has been nice. I like when you can look at something and you can kind of pick out those levels, you know? Makes your life so much easier. I know, Raven. Your wife lives in your head rent free, as she should, you know? As she should. No, Dan. No. Unbelievable. Panels, yep. Pyro, don't support this behavior, please. Don't support this behavior. You know what? Let me. Oh my goodness. Really, Dan? Really? 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 Wow. Wow. Now you guys see what you've done. Now Peter came in too. You see? If they do Raven, I want my royalties. I want royalties. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. PMAX is I think Greg is still the best looking stock right now. Greg, still the best looking stock. This one needs to stay above $20 though, so be careful. $30 has been a huge issue. Anytime it's gone close to 27, 28, 29, they've rejected it. So, but it keeps bouncing off the low 20s though. Yeah. And then LNAI is still holding that bottom, so it's not horrible, right? It's trying to create some higher lows. So If it can get back above the 200 EMA, which is what it really needs, right? Yeah, if it can get back above the 200 EMA, then Mm. 52 cents. That's a nice little consolidated bottom though, isn't it? So yeah, you need to get back above that 200 and the VWAP though to really look good. Okay, here it goes. Banks in many countries began to raise interest rates, and the market inflation was severe, and the prices. Yeah, I mean, if Trump keeps doing what he's doing over there, then those rates are not going to be cut. So those rates will not be cut if he keeps doing what he's doing. That's for sure. So Trump can yap over there and then come back over here and say, yeah. So this again, this 5240 area, obviously that's going to be a resistance for LNAI already. So don't think that's a surprise though. We knew that already. So that level is a problem. You're about to be entered on that. I'm leaving for the day. You're finished. Sounds good, Pen. Have a wonderful rest of the day. No, no, you're good, Pen. We can see your message. Yeah, that stuff always seems to be a problem, though. Yeah, so they definitely rejected it at resistance. No surprise. BIAF is still holding that range. We're still keeping an eye on LFS. UKAR, same bottom, 75 cents. So use that as support. But then that 200 EMA for resistance as well. So you guys see why we like the 200 EMA so much, right? It's not just because we like it, it's because of what happens with it, right? The bots on, the market makers have, actually programmed the bots, right? Like this level is a pretty big deal, right? So it's not a coincidence that this is a problem on this specific stock and it's a problem on this other stock, right? Like it's not a coincidence. And yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, it's at 22, Aaron. You're learning a lot. Good, 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 good. Yeah, good, 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 good. Yeah, just learning, keep learning. JTAI, yeah, it's still just playing with stupid 10 cents. Stupid 10 cents is what it's doing. Test, you're probably delayed. You're so delayed that it's you know if Christmas was tomorrow, you would miss it. That's how delayed you are. Chris, CREG, um, that looks good. If LNAI can break back above that resistance, that would be good too, right? Um, and then you have other names that are just kind of sitting there waiting for breakout, like LFS, right? And then obviously this one too, if it stays above that 250, 260 there, BIAF. So they all look suspicious in their own nature. They just need volume to come in. Given that, yeah, so it would need to reclaim that level for sure. Ah, okay. Let we have 2 more minutes or so, guys. So let me know if you have any last questions already. Let me know if you have any last questions, and then we'll hop off in a few minutes. Alrighty. Again, don't forget to smash a like. I would really appreciate that if you haven't already. Please take a second, smash a like. Hit that subscribe if you're new to the channel. And if you're not a member yet and you want to join us in Discord, click the link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbot, or just click the dollar sign from the chat there, and it should let you sign up and become a member already. So yeah. So again, if you want to join us in Discord, click this link at the bottom of the chat. Cool. LNAI, like it looks promising. It just needs to break out. JC, yeah, every day. Every day. Even on Sundays, Rob's life. So Chris SMX, you're not in a position. You're just kind of wondering. Yeah, these guys had some news this morning and it popped, and then just kind of slowly gave it away, right? So I mean, it doesn't look horrible. The volume is just not the best, but it does seem to be holding around like 1280 though, Chris. Oh, not really sure here, right? But it is holding that base. So I think that's really all you have to go on for now. Is that 1280 is not a bad spot, right? If we can get closer to between closer to 13 maybe, but if it breaks below 1280, you then have a problem. Yeah. Uh, Rob's live on here on Sunday talking about futures and oil and everything else. Sunday, and some evenings. So maybe tonight he's going to be on here, right? Maybe later tonight. Usually around 8 p.m. Eastern. Yeah. Street, upgrade that membership. Come join us. Don't make me find you. Does the view app act as resistance? Yes, it does, Brett. Resistance and support. Yeah. As support, yeah. Yeah, it does. It does. Alrighty. Also, here's the link for the prop firm. So if you want to do more research later on today, all right, click the link. Alrighty, and yeah, click on the link, do some research, and let us know what you think. Even if you don't sign up just for support, that would be nice. Alrighty, cool. I would appreciate that. So yeah, that's the link at the bottom of the chat there. And yeah, let me know if you have any last questions. I think Craig is still the best looking one going into the afternoon here, right? LNAI has work to do, but it is looking a bit promising if it can break out above the 200. Look at that. Another test of the white line and it's failing again, right? So that level is a problem. Raven. Alrighty, Raven. Much love. Have a wonderful rest of the day. See you in Discord. See you in Discord. Just it depends on the entry, right? I like you asking me if it's okay to swing. It is okay to swing because we've talked about that for 2 weeks now or more, but I don't even know where your entry is at. So that's a difficult question to just ask. Jay, for a good time, check out Hangout General. Unbelievable. Thank you, Chris. Have a wonderful afternoon. Alrighty, all. Think we're good to go. Should be good. Don't think there's anything else we need to look at. Brad, see you in Discord. See you in the Discord. Thank you, CM. Have a wonderful afternoon. See you in Discord. See you, Nancy. Yeah, you didn't enter. Oh, that's a whole different question. I'll take a look later, maybe. Right. Or again, I posted the chart in Discord over the weekend in the small cap swing channel. Right. Always take a look at that stuff. In there like swimwear skunk. Welcome to the community. Welcome. Ciao Bella. Street. Welcome, welcome skunk. See you in Discord. Cam, see you on the other side. See you in Discord. Much love, Dan. Let's go. See you in Discord. See you in the Discords. Luna, you're welcome. Have a wonderful afternoon, Luna. See you in Discord. Doug, see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Again, thank you all very much for the support. I really appreciate that. Andy, good day to you as well. See you in Discord. Good job, Luna. Good job. 2x the goal. Yeah, good. And yeah, thank you all very much. Catch you guys later. Bye, Rinko. See you in Discord. Eddie, speak to you soon. Yeah, see you on your one-on-one. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let's go, Richie. You too. You too. You too. Okay. Much love all. Bye, guys. Bye-bye.